Hello, hello, hello.
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 And how's everyone doing this evening?
I am.
I feel slightly naked
doing
without
all
a hat
thank
now.
you.
Hey, Robbie. Hey, Greg. Hey, Amy. Hey, Bastian. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Bastian. Hey, Steve. Hey, Robbie. Hey,
So much
Sean.
nice on the laptop, honestly. I can see the chat and everything.
Jackie.
I can't see the chat, so hello to everybody anyway.
Hello.
It's like a whole new world for Jeremy.
Honestly,
Hey,
I love
Greg.
it.
So, yeah. First thing on my channel for this year. How's everyone doing?
All good?
Yeah, I'm all good here too. Lots of uni work, but I'm all good.
Jeremy's definitely all good. He's got his nice new spider room.
Yeah.
Looks like
Oh,
a
yes.
professional
Lovely.
YouTuber with everything behind him, and is all like tidy looking.
Or at least what we can see, he looks tidy looking.
True.
It's all pretty good.
That's good so far.
You see all that? He's sat there in a pair of 5-year-old Primark boxer shorts, and he's probably wearing like some old Uggs or something. Who knows?
No, I'm pajama bottoms, thank you, and I have my snuddy next to me, but it's 28 degrees in here, so I'm not putting it on.
Yeah.
So, how's everyone's day been? You had a good day?
I've had a day off, so it's been
Nice.
quite nice. Getting some videos edited so I can actually start to get things queued up so I can release a video a week for the next 4 weeks.
Nice.
Nice.
It's always nice when you actually are able to do that. Actually batch a few videos up.
Yeah.
Nice
I've been
feeling.
trying to get to that point for a long time, but then I just end up scrabbling around to get a video out, and then I've got
Yep.
so many like bits of videos that I've recorded, and then I've got to go back and record other bits. So I haven't released anything so far this month, just so I can do a batch of recording, and then sort of probably by the end of this month I'll start releasing it on a regular basis.
Yeah, so it's always good. Good. Yeah, I've sort of started on my next video. Also, actually, done a few TikToks today. Our draft's ready to go out, so they'll start posting on TikTok again.
Nice.
Haven't seen anything from you on TikTok in a long time.
No, I ended up going on there last night and found I had a draft from a year ago.
A year ago.
So I was like, well, I might as well post it. So I did. So
I barely used the app.
Yeah, well, I kind of, whenever I sort of going to try and not necessarily do it like as much as others, but do a little bit every now and then, sort of thing. Post it whenever I feel like it, kind of thing.
So I like TikTok. It's easy, just for like short little clips.
Hey, Scott.
I tried to do like
Hey, Scott.
an informative video. I tried to do one on the Sicarius stomatoides and did the voiceover thing, and I thought it'd do a bit better, but I only got like couple hundred views.
And as well, it's like with like YouTube Shorts, you just never know what it's going to get.
Yeah, because it was like, you see the ones where it's like they keep the Sicarius on the blue sand, and I'm just like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, no,
just keep it on normal sand, please.
Yeah, especially when the sand does stick to them and stuff, and
yeah,
sand just dies, and it's like, yeah, no, like not doing that.
Yeah, so I thought I'd make that video, and I was like, I'll stick to the long form content. I enjoy it a little more. I can talk more.
Right. None of cigarettes. Did you see Terry actually talking about? So I did watch it. Clint Reptile's video on 6 high sand spiders.
It was very good.
Yeah, apart from that, he never mentioned scientific names at all. So I'm like, are you mixing two genuses here?
Yeah, and then it would have been nice to like talk about as well the bouncing between whether the venom's potent or not, because it's been a back and forth debate for years
That's
since the
it.
discovery of them. And rather than just calling them deadly. Just don't handle them. Let them stay in the sand.
What I see, because it's all like the ones in Africa most probably aren't Sicarius. They're probably the other genus.
Scott says he has one, right? The hexa something. Hexathalmus?
There's something like that, but they're on DWA, aren't they? The Hexa.
I can check.
Hey, Natalie.
Hey,
Or at
Natalie.
least they were going to be, because that's why they ended up splitting off some from Sicarius. Well, one of the reasons.
That's not good. It's not even coming up with anything.
Hey, Natty. It definitely does, God. Definitely, yeah. Especially when that a lot of the video was all like, Tarantula Cribs sponsored, so it was all like, yeah, by the same way, you can have this deadly spider and it won't get out.
Let's put sand spider. Nothing's coming up with, as far as I can see.
Because I'm pretty sure it'd be the hexapounds or whatever it is. That's the one with the confirmed death from a bite.
It's just coming up with old arachnoboards. So can I have a DWA without a license from like 2012?
Good luck.
Yeah, just post out there that you want one. But yeah, I did enjoy Clint's video. But it was kind of weird that he was saying that you can get them wild caught because you can't. They're from Chile. Unless he is talking about the hexapothalamus or whatever they're called.
He's mainly talking about the African ones. So
Yeah, it would be nice to specify which genus he was talking
there was
about.
no point, because he puts up scientific names and stuff, and no point did he mention scientific names.
Yeah, that you know what? Now that you say that, I did notice there was no scientific. Yeah.
So it was like, it was still a good video, but it was like, there's not as much
Because
science.
I commented on it, saying I was
in.
breeding them soon. Because I've got a secret project on the way with them.
To be honest, Scott, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the one with the child.
I just said, oh yeah, one of my favorite shrews, blah blah blah, and I just got a comment from someone on just said, please don't breed them. So why not?
I say breed them.
Of course I am. I've got yeah. Hopefully it'll go to fruition. We'll see.
Hey, Charlotte.
Are we talking about the six-eyed sunspeeder?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely breed them because I need some.
Well, if all goes to plan, it'll be a very interesting collaboration project.
I'll definitely have a
If
couple.
all goes as planned, you know who to contact first.
Am I
So
allowed?
I'm going to be like Andy, where everyone flooded his message box when he bred his.
When Venom Tech bred them, they had so many.
I would like to get in contact with them because if they're coming to Seas, I want stuff from them. I know they don't sell casually, but
Yeah. I know Steve Trim will be there. Because he's already told me he only lives up the road, so.
Oh no way! Nice.
That's his local show. He's traded there before.
Wait for Seas.
We used to have a table there.
Is there a reason he doesn't trade there now? Or
when he traded there, he was selling chili sauce.
chili sauce?
Yeah, he made.
Were they the guys who were making that special batch chili sauce a few years ago?
They called it Venom sauce, where it was based around Someone Pays Cambridge Eye Venom.
Oh, wow.
Because he had a look and found out. Yeah, Cambridge Eye Venom on the human body has the same effect as chili peppers.
No way. Also, like an itching, burning.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is. You had a look and he said it was like some parts of it are almost identical. So there was no venom in the sauce, but it's like if you eat this sauce, it has a similar effect. It pretty much has the same effect on you as if you was bitten by a Cambridge eye.
So now I can get bitten by a
testing.
tarantula and still flare up my IBS. That's amazing.
That's it.
Without eating in any calories from it.
Well, yeah,
Win-win.
Hey, Naomi.
Hey, Naomi.
So, obviously, he's done that as a bit of a, publicity stunt and this and the other. It ended up basically getting too big, kind of thing. Like too many companies wanted big batches of it, and it's all like it's just me.
Casually making chili sauce. Yes, Charlotte, you need to get bit by your spider. Video, it didn't happen.
Emma.
Hello, Emma. It's so weird seeing the chat going on the side. I'm not used to this.
So it makes it a lot easier.
I'm gonna have to when I do some streams in the future, podcasts and stuff. I'm gonna have
But yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, my the next video is going to be a bit of a shorter video. My next video, which is all my current adult beetles.
Nice.
Not quite as long as the isopod video.
Oh, you do have a lot of isopods, dude.
Yeah.
Are you planning to pick up any more of these?
I plan to pick up more this year, definitely. I actually, after I released it, I realised I missed one species out, or one morph out. So it wasn't on my Escape Ghosts.
Ah.
It was all nice. So
yeah, you got the scabers in there. You're fine.
Scabers in there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got 50 species / morph of isopod.
do you have any temptation to go along the aquatic route and get some aquatic isopods?
Oh, I wouldn't know where to put that. I wouldn't want to put aquariums up here because that would just the weight would probably be
fair.
too much. So, but we cool though. We got I've seen some of the small freshwater aquatic isopods in the lake, Lima Lake here, on the park.
You have more than me, dude. I only have 34.
You only have 34. What are you doing?
No, I need to up my game this year. The problem is I like ones that cost too much.
Yep, same here. That's definitely a problem.
Oh dear.
But how are your Diablos
doing? They're doing good. The Manca are growing quickly, very, very quickly. They're already starting to get like the black patterning on the back.
Oh, nice.
So plan is behind me.
Seen a few Manca of the Ember Bees.
Nice. Hopefully we can swap those ASAP because I want Ember Bees.
Once they're big
I just
enough,
need to take photos.
Once we've
I don't know if you saw. Yeah. Once we have enough, we'll definitely do a swap. I took a photo of my red Diablos, one with an adult and a Manca. Photo looks so good. I'll send it to you so you have a look. Let me ping that over to you.
I might be able to post it on Instagram and say it's mine. As I can't post my own photos at the moment.
Yeah, I don't have these, but
I don't have these, but
I'll just put the timestamp of the stream. Be like, look, he doesn't have these guys. Well, you know what? I'll just show it here. Hold on. Let me get it up.
But yeah, since I counted up from doing that video, let's put that on speak.
Is it? It's not going to focus, is it? Oh.
Lower the brightness on your phone, maybe.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's stunning. That's a good size Manco, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got Pak-Chong photo.
Yeah, I like the Pak-Chongs since I got those.
They're so underrated. They're so
Adam
underrated.
is so right, because Adam sent me them as a mystery.
I love pods.
Still waiting for them to breed. The Jupiters.
Yeah, I've lost a couple. One got stuck in a molt, and I think one was already adult and it died.
Ah,
Because I noticed it had the back off, but the front carapace, and it was 3 days. And an isopod doesn't take more than a few hours to shed. So I was like,
well, it
this
certainly
one's not
shouldn't do
surviving.
anyway.
And then I found it dead. Yeah, it was a shame. They are pods, Emma. Some of my fancy pods.
No, right, Natalie. And Natalie's going to be doing a load of Beetle stuff to try and get all my money at Taunton, I think.
I think your whole budget's going to go there, isn't it? You're not going to come home with livestock. It's going to be half of Natalie's table.
And then go, right, where do I have some spare wool to put this on?
Natalie does some amazing work, though. It's worth spending the money on.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
If I can't hang pictures or anything in my flat, and what pictures we do have are already taking up the shelf space. So exactly that's beautiful. That is.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
When we move and I've got actual racking and stuff, I'll definitely be getting some stuff from Natalie.
Yeah,
That's
when
cool.
I was at Bristol last year, she had some really nice scorpion ones.
I was at Bristol.
Then I didn't.
Yeah, funny about Bristol, Nat, while you're still here. Remember when we talked about me buying that that Nephila off you and then you ended up selling it?
Try like this one. This is my old Logimanus.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a beauty. Look at that.
She had loads of them, but
Done.
putting something like that in my suitcase and bring it on the plane home, it's no. Nope.
I think best bet for you, Tron, with that kind of thing, is just getting it posted to you.
Yeah, but my problem is the Norwegian Post.
How much is it?
Price isn't a problem. If
Okay.
if they find out that it contains live or dead animals, they just burn it.
Oh,
it's not good.
Just move in with Sharon,
Even-
Tron. Then you haven't got to take
Yeah.
it back to Norway.
It's been in my mind.
oh.
It's been on my mind.
Yeah, Natalie, I'm only joking, only messing with you. I just found it so funny that I messaged her before to buy it. I said, yeah, I'll have it. And then I get to Bristol. Oh my God, I sold it. I thought you were joking. I was like, no, I wanted it. But hey,
I
she
need
said
to
it
look
here.
in
She's making me a
because
better
I
one.
don't know how if my licenses and everything is okay to be transferred to the UK now that you're not in the EU anymore and stuff.
I wouldn't know.
No.
I have loads of cranes and forklifts and all sorts, but
I think that's going to be
doesn't
quite
have
hard to
much.
put in your suitcase, Trond. You
Huh?
can't put a crane in your suitcase.
No, but I can bring my license.
Could you imagine just seeing that on the Eurostar, just like a flipping crane, just individually, just all folded up?
Yeah.
And then just see it going up the M6.
Super slowly, just.
The one I have at work runs on excavator tracks. Top speed is 2 kilometers an hour.
That'd be fun on the M25.
I'm sure you'd have no shortage of work over here, though, if you could. There's
Yeah,
so much
if my
building
licenses
and
are valid, then yeah.
That's very nice. Metallica frame with a P Metallica.
saw a bloody red runner just running across my floor. That fix.
Yeah, Jeremy, I saw that video about the coffin enclosure.
Hmm.
Yeah, is that the big or the small one?
Big. Do you want me to hold on? We're going mobile. There we are.
It's a decent sized coffin enclosure. I think it's the same size. Actually, no. Is that the slightly deeper one than the one I've got my vampires in?
Yeah.
I think you got the slightly deeper one, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And she's made a very nice bow. Can you see?
Yeah, okay, that's the big. Yeah, because I got the small one from Mitch's 25 days of Christmas thingy.
Oh, nice.
I won the one Mark gifted.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I really like them personally.
But I think that was the small one, so
You're probably right, Natalie. You're probably right.
One Direction. Really? I do know who Metallica are. I just don't listen to the music. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I've got a couple. Well, 3 terrestrial coffins like that, different sizes, and then I've got like a medium arboreal coffin.
Yeah, that one looks so good. I like that one.
Which is cool.
hey Steve.
So,
Yeah, I want to try that arboreal one.
Yeah, he only had like a few of them available at BTS last year, and I haven't seen him make them since. I know he said they are a pain to make, so that's probably why he hasn't.
Yeah, BTS. I wasn't even like in the right mindset. I was recovering from like a week and a half of tonsillitis. It was horrible. I was just walking around like a zombie.
Have you had a confirmation from BTS yet?
Yeah, I'm booked in.
I'm not sure if I've been confirmed or not. They've taken my money, but I haven't actually had any email confirming.
Because Ray messaged me saying he was starting the floor plan, so maybe he'll let you know. Because I'm sure with your parents trading there already, they'll just put you next to them, right?
Hopefully.
So, I mean, they have plenty of space. It's not like they'll.
I know Ray well enough anyway. Now we'll see him in a couple of weeks at Seas anyway, because I'm sure he'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. They'll have a stand there, won't they?
Well, BTS are there. He normally attends
so if
anyway.
worst comes to worst, just chat to him before the show starts.
Wait. I know him well enough, so.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't intending on booking the BTS, but I mean, with him reaching out, I was like, you know what, May's going to be a quiet time. I'll be at uni, so why not? I only booked
my first show this year.
Emma,
hey,
hey Tim, with the coffin enclosures that the ones I Jez has got with his Epipopus in, I wouldn't use those ones as arboreal because the lid will just fall down.
What's the point? Do the arboreal ones have some sort of hinge then?
No, it has a little lid on top.
Oh, I see.
So
goes like that.
I don't know whether he'll make many of them at all, because when he made them, he was showing me. He said he didn't like the access himself because it's not big access really for it, so it can be potentially difficult to work with. So I think he only
design though.
Oh yeah, no, looks cool. It's just not necessarily the most practical to work with, kind of thing.
Nice.
Hey,
but
Craig.
what it does, because obviously, if you was to try and stand up one of his standard coffins up, it's going to just fall over as well because it'll be sort of top heavy and stuff. With it is that the other one has a big piece of glass at the bottom, as basically so it's like on a stand.
Right.
Yeah, but those are acrylic and they have the magnets built into them, Emma.
Yeah, they're damn expensive.
I like them. Don't get me wrong, but $60 for a medium enclosure is crazy.
Yeah. Plus shipping.
Plus, and it's like $20 shipping.
Because I looked in when they first brought them out, and it was like one day small, like what, maybe that sort of size. It was going to cost me near enough £100. So I was like, nah, not worth it. At the time.
I'm going to get one here for like a tenth of the price.
And in glass.
Yeah, in glass. So more clearer.
Not going to scratch.
Or bow.
Yeah.
My issue with a lot of the acrylic is, but for the price of it, you could go and buy the equivalent size Exoterra on Marketplace for the same price or cheaper. And as you say, it's glass. It's new. It's going to last for ages.
Yeah. That's why
it's like, I could get 6 of the tarantula room enclosures, but no, not tarantula room. What I can't even remember. Tarantula cribs. I can get 6 tarantula cribs for like £600, but it's like, nah, I'd rather, because I'm getting a few Komodos on the weekend. So I think I'm getting like 20 Komodos for the same price. Nice. I think I'll stick with the Komodos. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Jim.
Hello, Jim. Steve's here. Hello, you.
Yeah, Steve's here. No, he doesn't like making them, but they sell well for him.
Yeah, you should have seen his face when I asked him when he walked in with it. He walked in and I went to, I think it was Chris. I was like, Chris, I'm buying that. And I walked over and he was like, I was talking to Matthew about it. And he's like, oh yeah, take it. I don't want you to buy it because I don't want to make another one.
Yeah, he said that they are an absolute pain to make because you're doing stuff at weird angles and stuff. It's so yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah, they're good. But yeah, WAM make good. They do good tubs as well as songs.
No, I haven't because the price of going to the nearest show is in Sweden, and the price for me to drive to Sweden, book a hotel, because you can't drive back in there and back on the same day, so you need a hotel and fuel. I might as well take a long weekend in the UK because of the prices.
There you go. WAM boxes. 15 of them for £40.
No, WAM. I was this one at a big trade fair at the NEC, and a few years ago, I was explaining to basically the company that brings in the WAM boxes. I was like looking at potentially stocking them and stuff because I could get them. I was going to be able to get them dirt cheap. Problem was I needed to buy a shipping container's worth at a time.
That's a lot.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and I was like, I don't have the space for that. As before I lived here, so I did have more space. I was like, at my parents' house, so I was like, but even now I was like, I'm going to need a whole shed just to sack tubs.
Jesus Christ!
But I was going to get them basically for around like 50p each or something.
You can easily sell those like a £5 each.
But like
easily.
Yeah, just had no store. Yeah.
Where the hell are you going to put a pallet's worth of crystal clear tubs?
Not just a pallet. A pallet would have been fine. A whole shipping container.
What the big metal caddies?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
That was the minimum order.
Could you imagine that leaving in the back area of the zoo? Just like, oh, we're just going to keep this here for a bit.
Was it a 10, 20, or 40 foot?
It doesn't matter.
It's a shipping container.
I wasn't going to be able to store it anywhere.
Well, a 10 foot container isn't more than a car space. A 20
Yeah,
foot.
just put it in the car park. It'll be fine. Hello,
A
Leo.
40-foot container, that's a whole semi. That's a bit.
Could you imagine a
What?
semi-truck full of boxes? Oh, my Lord.
It was like, oh, crap.
You would never have to buy boxes again. One time order.
You could sell them and still have a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
It's like up here, I've got a massive box full of cricket tubs. I've probably used about 200. It doesn't look like I've touched them. So hold on.
From your big cricket tub order that you done.
Up there. It's just full of cricket tubs. That's all cricket tubs. It's a huge box.
What do you
Yeah, I
use
wasn't
them
going to say
for?
no to 20 kilos worth for £25 from Christoph. No, I'm not going to say no to that.
What do you use them for, though? Like
Selling
packing stuff to
roaches.
show? Oh, cool. Yeah.
No, I've probably used about 200 tubs last year, and I barely touched the surface of them. Should I just go to Buzzard Reptiles and see how much they'll give me?
5p a tub.
Yeah, 5p a tub. Just calculate. It's probably about maybe 50 quid, maybe.
Because that's at least how much he was, how much credit he was giving last year. I presume he's still going to carry that on.
Yeah, well, nah, I'm probably going to keep them, to be honest, because I always use them. I can use them for shipping stuff as well.
They do come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of into to sell stuff in. So if I actually remember to get the labels off the lids to put my own labels on, so it looks a bit neater, it's even better.
Oh, yeah, you have to like heat the sticker up, and then if you don't do it, it's like all gets all scratchy. I'm like, oh, God.
Some of them come off if you just soak it in water for like a day or so. They sometimes just come off,
I've
but
not
not
tried
always.
that.
But not always.
I might have to try that. Because I tried to get the stickers off these Exos because they had like a sticker that had like £20 on it. And I tried peeling it off. It was not coming off. And I was looking at like arts and crafts videos on how to get labels off glass. And I ended up using an oil baking soda mix, and mixing it on, sitting it there, and then scrubbing the daylights out of it with a green scratch pad that they use for like cleaning dishes.
Could you not
Worked
have
like a
used
charm.
like a window paint scraper that, like with a little Stanley blade in, just to?
I don't have one of those, and I was looking for like you know, the one that I use for my fish tank because I have a spare one of those, and Mum threw it out, so I'm just like, oh, Christ's sake.
I use either we have something called label off that is a sticker remover that works quite well. And if they're sold out, I go to the pharmacy and buy a bottle of it's some you use on your skin to remove if you have wounds and stuff and you don't want to rip off the bandages and stuff. There's some liquid you can put on. I'm sure Jeremy,
Oh, what, the one that dissolves the glue?
Yeah.
Yeah. We even have that at the hospitals, you know. Maybe I'll have to borrow some.
It might be worth.
At the pharmacy, they have it in.
Yeah, I'll just go to the pharmacy in the hospital. Can I like have a box of these, please? Oh, why?
It
I need
might
to
be
bring it
worth
to school.
trying baby oil. You know, baby oil is pretty good for taking off sticky stuff.
But yeah, the I used a mix of cooking oil and baking soda. It was pretty good. Worked like
I'm
a
saying
charm.
baby oil because I know that drag queens use it to take their eyelashes off.
I'm not wearing eyelashes, am I, Jay?
No, but it's glue.
They're all natural.
You did a Coventry though.
I did not wear them at Coventry. Chris had them. And he still does. That's them in his phone pocket.
Whose lashes are they?
Kiwis.
Oh.
He stole a pair when we were at Bristol. No, I don't, Steve. Don't lie.
Me and Steve saw it when we came round that time. Picked you up.
I just loved when you were standing in front of the keyhole. I was like, I can't see guys.
I mean, you might be right, Leah.
Well, I know, like, was it people like Worcester Terrariums and Terrarium Designs and stuff? They always like use stuff like hand sanitizer and whatever to to get off sticky labels, don't they?
But now I'd be worried about it leaking into the enclosure and then getting into the soil.
I think they always say like, yeah, wash out incredibly well afterwards.
Yeah, give it a proper rinse. Yeah, but planning, I'm going to put some trues in there. I've already got one set up. That's this week's video. Oh, God. There we go. That's spoiling it. No, it's not, Bastian. Shut up. I don't know why Craig is obsessed with this tarantula cat cutout that I apparently have. I think he wants it. Do you want me to buy you one, Craig? Is that what you're hinting at? Is that why you keep bringing it up?
He wants your one because it's wiped clean.
That's
I
it.
don't have one, but he thinks I have one, and he always brings it up. So I think he just wants one himself. If you want one, I can just buy you one. It's not a problem.
Emma, they do.
I love it.
It's a metalhead hat.
Metalhead.
Yeah, I got that at a metal festival.
Did you?
Yeah, I got it at Bloodstock. I bought it at Bloodstock.
Oh, that's the one you got. Where's the squid? We have a squid one as well, don't you?
Yeah, that came from a previous Bloodstock. This came from last year's Bloodstock.
I want a squid hat.
You don't need me.
Oh, so Craig likes blondes. There we go. We'll get you a blonde cutout. How about that, Craig? Will that make you happy? You can cover the light switch with it.
Night, Greg.
Take it easy, Greg, dude.
Night, Greg.
Oh, Ron's gone to sleep.
Right, no, looking forward to Bloodstock this year. Should be good. Well, I need a bit of a ticket first, but
What do
You know, not relevant to Bloodstock, but I'm considering of going to those BTS lectures this year, you know, dude.
whether they're
You're
March
talking
or
about
not,
your
mate.
T-sets again, Jeremy.
No, we were talking about Craig's obsession with Tarantula Cat, and he wants a cutout board of her. Yeah, it's the one at Seas. Seas, God,
No,
my
it's not
mind.
a season. It's in Bristol.
The one in March. I was thinking about going to that.
Always looks good. Well, there's always so many conferences in March. It's like ridiculous.
It's like trying to pick which one to go to, isn't it?
Because I need to book it, but I want to go back to AHH again because that's always a good conference.
Is that reptile related?
Yeah, advancing herbological husbandry.
Ooh.
But it's a really good one. It's a weekend conference. 2 days, get a dinner as well. You can book the dinner if you want to do the dinner. It's always worth doing the dinner. And then it's a mix of speakers from private, trade, zoo. So I haven't yet, Leah. I need to. Just can't afford to at the moment because it's like 70 quid or whatever, which is not a bad price for a 2-day conference with a dinner.
Yeah, that's how much the BTS is, I think. 70.
Craig, you're quite right, but we don't need to get into the details right now.
But hopefully I'll be able to book it soon. Maybe I'll do some more mystery boxes or whatever on the raffle group and
I've got so many things to send out, dude, but this weather's
How
been
much is
killing
it
me.
at the moment, Leo? It's been a while since I actually looked at how much it was for HH.
So about the weather, it's bloody cold today. It's -2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went out to put my bin out, and yeah, absolutely freezing going out there just to put my bin out. What's up? Good.
Yeah, it's like I've got 3 mystery boxes to send out. I've got one for Tarantula Rambling, one for Dean in Scott's chat. I've got one for Jackie from the Crystal Group, and then I've got two Sasmais to send out, and a Himalayana female.
HH conference.
And I'm not sending animals anything under like 5 degrees.
Oh, I'm glad we're up to -5 now.
That's pretty good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, from -19 to -5, that's pretty good.
I don't complain.
Yeah, AHH is £75 for the weekend ticket, and then an extra £25 for the dinner.
When is the BTS lectures?
March something.
Normally around a similar time to AHH, which is why I've never been to BTS lectures.
Okay.
Let me check. I'll confirm that now. Because Luke said he wanted to go as well, and he said if I go, he'll go. It's the same thing with the hotel for seats. It's like, oh yeah, Jeremy, if you book the hotel, I will.
And has he?
Yeah.
Oh God. So we're going to get selfies. Well, he'll probably take a selfie of you and him in the hot tub.
Oh yeah, we're going to be spooning in the hot tub, that's for sure. I love the idea of getting pampered up before a show. That's the only reason I did it. The only reason I did it was just so I could enjoy the spa, have a breakfast, and then go shopping for bugs. What more could you ask for?
Steve, it used to be a short sweater for me, but I have a partner now,
Steve, dude, I
so
appreciate it.
-5. I can't do shorts. It's too embarrassing.
Well, dude, as soon as I book AHH, I'll let you know because I definitely want to go. Remember, if you pay through PayPal, I might just do it on like PayPal and free or something. That's always handy.
March 2nd.
Yeah. It's too early for me.
It's a Saturday.
So,
I might have to do it because trains won't be a pain in the ass. Hopefully.
I really wanted to get to more shows this year, but now that we've decided that we're definitely moving, I need to sort a couple of small debts out and then actually start saving some money towards deposit so we can get out of this place and get a bigger place.
Exactly, dude. You got to put the priorities first. Get that bigger house with the biggest animal room. Like this.
So this is it, exactly. And I do have some plans for that. I mean, once I've got a room, I can properly temperature control it, and then I actually want to get more breeding projects going, not just with spiders, but with other stuff. I don't want to make a fortune.
I was going to say, like, what are the plans for the room? Would you do more breeding? Would you do more like specific species enclosures? So, like, what, like, other than the spiders, what else would you be wanting to breed? Reptiles, fish?
Not reptiles, not fish. I mean, I'd like to breed fish, but Aaron's an aquarist, and he kind of takes control of all the fish tanks, and he's not interested. But definitely one of the things I've said to, because like Aaron's really into his houseplants as well. So like give it a couple of years once we've moved. If I can get some proper breeding projects with like various inverts, we've got a lot of houseplants that we can take like cuttings from and propagate. So maybe in a couple of years' time, I'd quite like to maybe have a table or two at some of the shows where I can sell off some of that plus some of like the propagated plants.
That'd be cool.
That's such a good idea.
Oh, have you seen the open top tanks that they grow a house plant out of the top?
Yeah, we do that with both. We've got two aquariums plus the paludarium. Both of our aquariums have various plants growing out of them. So they've got like a proper natural root system in there. And our paludarium's gone crazy. I mean, the plants just the plants won't stay in it.
Yeah, I really like the aquariums where you can see the plants grow out of the water, and
I like
really
the tanks with the mangroves growing out of it. Those are cool.
Yeah. Well, see, if we get enough space, we'd like to have 4 600-litre tanks, and it wouldn't be an actual biotope, but it would be a biotope type tank in each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the particular groups you'd want to keep of fish for those type of tanks?
I mean, there'd be a South American, there'd be an African, there'd be an Asian, and where else did we say? Oh, so the fourth one would just be mine. Aaron calls it a council estate tank because it would just be full of predatory fish.
Yeah, so it would be.
You got to make sure you have a red-tailed catfish, a pacu, tiger shovelnose, our Asian arowana with drop eye, because that's what every big predator tank has. No, not Asian. Sorry, silver arowana.
See, that's what he calls it. What I'd really like to do is I'd just like to have a big South American citrus. Arapaima, I might need a swimming pool for that, but yeah.
Might need a swimming pool. Probably need the whole house.
Actually, I think Arapaima is your favourite fish.
Plywood across.
Arapaima is Aaron's favourite fish, so if we ever win the lottery and get someone with a swimming pool, I can't be asked to swim, so it's going to be turned into a massive fish pond. Tropical fish pond.
Have you seen Ohio Fish Rescue on YouTube?
Oh my god, their tanks are crazy.
Yeah, the swimming pool conversion. Oh my god.
Yeah, they have some crazy stuff.
They sure do.
Someday I want that, but I want it with koi.
Koi are lovely, but we'll see. Let's just say we ever won the lottery and we had this big house that had a swimming pool, I'm not going to swim in it, so I'm going to turn it into something. Because I really want dwarf caiman. So I will probably have some kind of setup where I've got some huge ass fish plus dwarf caiman.
Dwarf caiman. Dwarf caiman are beautiful.
They are indeed. They are indeed. So if anyone interested in AHH, which for Charlotte, it's the Advancing Herbological Husbandry Conference, along with the British Zoological Society. Leah has put the link in chat. 2-day conference on all things reptile husbandry, as well as conservation and all sorts of things as well. I've got speakers from America coming over. They've got speakers from Germany coming over. I actually might end up being at Dragon Man twice this year because AHH and then Dragon Man are actually going to be hosting the Ectofirms conference for Biaza this year. Which is going to be a big joint terrestrial invertebrate working group, reptile and amphibian working group, and aquariums working group, sort of three-way joint conference.
Nice.
So that's going to be big. It's going to be a big conference.
Yeah, that does sound quite information-packed that day. Very nice.
That'll be that one will be a 3-day conference.
3-day.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I need to jump off for a bit and go and check how my casserole is doing in the oven. I might come and join you guys in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
No worries, dude.
Right. See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
see you in a bit.
So, but if people get that HA to be awesome. What I was thinking about, because was it ABWAC, which is the Association of British and Irish Wild Animal Keepers, basically Association for Zookeepers. They've actually started advertising in their magazine in their calendar of the Basic Invertebrate Workshop, which I am hosting and running here, but they haven't actually told me that it's been confirmed, but they're advertising it.
So what is it that going to entail of? Is that going to be like for your personal stuff or like stuff you work with?
Purely zoo based, but literally like the basics for zookeepers that are not necessarily invert people, but are looking after inverts at other zoos
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah, just tell them not to put LPs in arboreal enclosures and be sorted.
Things like that. But, yeah, but don't put an adult female LP in a 4-foot tall enclosure.
With a piece of wood, it can climb all the way to the top of that 4-foot enclosure with.
Like, what the hell? It's like,
And we'll be fine.
I don't know how deep the substrate was for it at all because you couldn't really see, but I was just like, why have you put an LP in this enclosure for? It was just like, it's the only tarantula they had. And I was all like,
Of all things to put in a 4-foot tall tank, you put an LP. You don't think, why don't we put maybe like a nice arboreal in there? An LP.
yeah, like a nice big pokey would have looked amazing.
Yeah, put an ornata in there or a rufilata.
Rufilata. And also, it would tie in more with what they would try because like the creator players was like, oh, it's here, but really the enclosure more to get the message around about deforestation and stuff. And I was like, well, a pokey would have been better for that as well.
These would be the species. What would be so cool is if you get that. People will probably argue with, oh, pokies are recluse, they don't like light, blah blah blah. What you do, you get a stump, right? A tree stump, and you put
my
red light thing like
light all the time.
stuff. You put the red light stuff on the side, so you can still see the pokey behind the wood if it's not out on display.
My Metallica
boom.
comes out and sits under the light all the time.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. When I had her, my Striata, she's always out.
Night, Steve.
I do kind of regret selling my pokies now. I might start buying them again. Oh, take it easy, Steve, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be probably a lot of basic stuff. I mean, one of the things I want to cover is like substrate for things like sun beetles and millipedes and stuff.
Yeah, don't use cocoa fiber, please, and thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I need more
the amount of zookeepers that other
you just have a slide where it's like, okay, we're gonna do Detravore substrate. Just slide goes cocoa fiber with a big X going through it.
Do not use this.
Do not use it. Throw it out.
That's tough. But it's really good. Yeah, I've had a number come to me that, because, and the problem is that some places are employing people just as generalist keepers, and they don't want people that are specialists in any kind of field. Sometimes, and it's all like you need both. You need both. You need some, you need some generalists, but you need your specialists to, that know. That means where when it comes to like invertebrates or whatever. I've had a number of other zookeepers come to me being like, "Oh, we really don't do well with some beetles." And I'm like, right, well, right, what's your substrate? And it's always, oh, it's just cocoa fiber. That's where you're going wrong. But it's because they get told, well, that's what what to put in.
But there's poo in there. It's like, yeah, but they're eating nothing. There's no nutrients in it.
Yeah,
that's why they're dying.
Like, get rid of that. Like, yes, the adults can live on that, but I still wouldn't put adults on it, sort of thing, because they ain't gonna eat. But you ain't gonna be breeding them with that.
Just give them a nice mix.
Well, I didn't. Yeah. Brian Barczyk has passed away now.
Oh, rest in peace, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's sad, but with the amount of pain and stuff he had, I think it's.
Oh, he won't be suffering anymore.
That's the main thing.
I think for him,
it's
better.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell he was just not comfortable. Just even when he was doing the video, you hear his voice. It was just poor guy. Oh, yeah, may he rest in peace, man, for real. Oh man, bummer.
Yeah, he's quite a few people. Yeah, he's. I made no bones about he wasn't my cup of tea. People know that, but I wouldn't wish what he went through on anyone.
No, it's all right, Leah. Don't worry. Just
maybe was it someone I know put up, and I was like, yeah, that's one point where there a large number of the rugby community. Who's got it playing in the background? Why am I getting feedback?
is it me?
I don't know, but that's gone now.
Oh, whoops.
So, but there's only been a lot of people that have been very critical of him coming out and then going like, you know, saying that, going kind of almost 180 on everything, and it's all like, you're hypercritical. Don't act like you as your best mate, kind of thing. As I know, he posted sort of just privately about like how what was annoying him was the amount of people comparing him to Steve Irwin when they were very different people.
Yeah. I was like, don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, even
Steve Irwin had
before I
the
was
spot.
like keeping. Yeah. No
Steve Irwin had the spot
one
as well.
But it's like,
But
you know,
also,
I watched
Steve
him growing
Irwin
up.
was not a fan of private keeping. He hated private keeping. So it's like, wouldn't have been friends.
It's like, you know, I personally stopped watching him just because some of the things, like the way he was keeping some like the arachnids in the zoo and stuff like that. For me personally, I wasn't a fan of, but you know, it's just my opinion at the end of the day. And you know, I grew up watching Brian's vlogs, you know, before the whole zoo thing when he was just like doing daily vlogs.
Yeah.
This was when I was like a kid and just not knowing better. And you know, without him, I wouldn't have gone to college. Because like, you know, when my mum first showed me YouTube, it was like, oh my god, I get to see reptiles every day. And it's not on a documentary where it's like really blurry. Can see these big snakes. Obviously knowing better now, but back then, you know, that was like a wow factor. And he's definitely inspired. Shut up, Craig. I'm trying to make a point here. But yeah, there's a lot of practices I didn't agree with, and you know, with not to go too deep into it, you know, stuff like defending the spider morph and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, yeah, he did inspire a great load of people. But you know, you go from being inspired to knowing better, and then the practice we do today is best we can, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, it's a bit like, you know, certain invert channels.
Yeah.
People
Exotic Slayer. I used to love Exotic Slayer. I used to love him. You know, a Filipino man recording spiders. Like, what else could you do? And then the more you get into the hobby and the more you learn, you look at it and it's just like, I'm not going to watch the content because I don't agree with the husbandry. You know? And yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. You know, inspiration, and then that develops us into the keepers that we are today because we know what information to pick up that we enjoy. Well, not enjoy, that we know is best practice.
That's it.
It's strange. I remember before I went into the hobby and bought my first scorpion, I used to watch like Exotic Slayer and other channels, and oh yeah, cool, I can keep this and this and this. And being in the hobby for a while and reading up on stuff, now watching his videos, it make my neck hair rise and just get chills.
Yeah, it's like, did you see not recently, a few months ago when he was showing off his Androctonus, the black ones? No, is that Transvalicus?
Yeah,
one of those.
yeah.
Paraboofus,
No, I didn't
yeah.
see that because it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, it was like I just, it came up on my feed, so I was clicking it just to see how like he'd done because I stopped watching for like a couple years. They're like on this much sand
Oof.
and a rock in the middle. Not even a piece of wood, a rock.
Yeah.
How are they going to hide? And then like Charlotte just said, it's important to do research and not take one's word for it. That's like kind of a point where I was trying to convey with regards to Brian as well. You can be inspired by Brian wanting to work with animals and stuff like that, but then you watch other things and cross compare information. That's why, like, when I do a video, it's like, oh, don't take just my word for this is what I do, but go
Yeah,
further
absolutely.
research and
I
build your
think
own opinions on husbandry.
the last video I saw of Exotic Slayer, and I don't keep centipedes. I want one, but I haven't done any research. But even I know you don't keep Scolopendra on orchid bark with no hide.
No.
Even I know that. So
No,
I think
'cause
that's the last
you want to
video I
piss
will
off the Scolopendra. That's how you do it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you get one angry Scolopendra doing that. Especially in like
I saw one video and he was doing rehousing because two of them escaped and was running around loose in his house somewhere. And he rehoused 3 more, and one of them almost escaped when he rehoused them.
God.
You know what you need to do? You just put the Scolopendra in a deep tub where it can't get out. And then you put that tub, you're rehousing it into that tub like that. Down there. That's what I did to rehouse the Sumatran cherries I got. No issues. Just went straight in.
Yep. Yeah, no, I've never had any issues like rehousing any centipedes and stuff, but that's because it's sort of
It's like,
sort of the
I even
right way.
sex centipedes now. I can do it without having to knock them out or drown them.
Yeah, I need to
Did you
do it with the E-tricks. I haven't done it yet.
when I saw
Oh,
that
dude,
video?
if you want me to sex them, if you're staying at seas, bring them. I'll bring that garden glove and I'll sex them for you.
Might do that.
um,
We'll film it as well.
when I saw that video about the centipedes, I saw it on he was doing a reaction video to Exotic Slayer. Bugs
Who's
and
this?
bugs
Which
and
video?
something. He's Australian and keep a lot of centipedes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Is it Bugs and Morphology?
Yeah.
Mm.
He was doing
He
a
keeps the cool
reaction video to Exotic Slayer, and he was not amused at all.
Not
about it.
amused, yeah. That guy knows his stuff when it comes to the centipedes. My God.
Yeah, he
And he's in
does.
Australia. He gets all the cool stuff.
There's some cool stuff out there in Australia. Definitely is. It is.
But I think I don't
Hey, Helen.
think he
Cheers.
lives in Australia because he keeps a lot of stuff that would be illegal. So I don't think
Who's
he
this?
lives in.
He may not be. I don't know. I haven't heard that person. So, is he keeping non-Australian stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be an Australian then.
No.
He might not be in Australia.
I know he is Australian, but I think he may live in America or something.
Won't make sense.
Oh, it might be a different guy then. It might not be the guy I'm talking about. Because the guy who Bugs and Morphology, he lives in Australia and he keeps all different kinds of Australian centipedes and he breeds different Holconia species, the golden ones, Incygnus, Immanus. Hello, Sarah. I'm just trying to find what I sent to my friend.
Is that?
Because he gave me all the centipedes and I sexed them all.
You get another drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Right. So what I've got is a blood red female, mutilans female. E-trig is a male. Normal E-trig is female, and Sumatran cherry pair.
Bugs and biology.
That's it. Yeah. Bugs biology is cool. I like him. If anyone's curious about centipede, how to sex them, there you go.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
female. Yeah, there's a better example of a female. And you're
Oh,
probably wondering, Jeremy, you're holding it with no gloves. No, I'm pinning the head with the glove, and then you just slowly pop it out, get a camera, and you can
hey,
sex them like
Sarah.
that.
I have
But beware, you're prone to poop. You get pooped on when you do it. It's not a fun experience. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Leo. Yeah, those were the mutilans. They're very, very pretty. Oh, Phil, you're back.
I'm back.
This is one of the photos I took of the E-trig. My E-trig's a female.
Nice.
And then this was another video of it. So is it? Well, there you go. And you're probably thinking I'm holding it with my raw hands, but it's just the back end. I've got the secured the head with the glove, gardening glove.
And it was probably biting it hard.
But the thing is, right, I'll just explain how I did it. I've got the gardening glove. So essentially,
Oh, so not even like
secure
a leather one, a rubber one. A rubber one, not
Yeah.
a leather one.
This was the rubber. It just looks like leather. This is rubber.
Yeah, no, I said you got a rubber one, not a leather one.
No, leather, they'll bite right through that. So essentially what I did was I don't just grab the centipede. I dig underneath it with the tongs, and then so it's like on the tongs under the substrate. So you're not spooking it, because obviously if it starts running around, it's gonna freak out. So you just scoop up the centipede with your tongs, then you secure the head with rubber glove, and then you want to base. It's kind of like, with like reptiles where you massage it to pop it out, kind of thing. You do it with the centipede, you get a lot of poo on you, but for me, it's better than drowning it or gassing it.
I'm trying to get hold of CO2 to gas it.
To gas the poor thing, just gassing it.
So the sex and millipedes. You look at the legs. Seventh segment, isn't it? But you look at the legs, because there should always be 2 pairs of legs per segment on millipedes, but something like the 7th segment back from the head, there looks like there's a pair missing. But you want to look closely to make sure it's not a case of mycosis or anything. They've been basically adapted into gonadropods. There's a big photo of it.
That's the male.
So it looks like there's a pair of legs missing, but they're just modified.
Yeah. And you've got to be careful when sexing them, because my friend tried to sex one. And he ended up with a female with a damaged leg center.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
You want to actually see the gonadropods.
Yeah.
Itself, and make sure it's not just a case of mycosis or anything.
Yeah. So whereas a female, you see the female doesn't have that missing pair of legs. Yeah, a lot safer to sex millipedes. That's for sure.
It might get covered in secretions, pretend non-species.
At least you're not getting envenomated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and they tend not to bite
sexing them with it's not that bad, if you secure the head properly, and it's just getting that trying to get the pressure of not pinning it too hard where you're squashing it, and not having it too loose that it can just like slip its head out and just. That'll be fun. Just let me know, dude. I'll try. I'll try sex for you at Seas if you're there the night before.
I'm not there the night before.
Ah, okay. Well, I can try sexing with you in the day if we can find somewhere in a non-crowded area, which will be very hard to find.
Behind the table.
Yeah. Yeah, just
You're
yeah.
next to Tony.
So I was sexing it, and then I'll put like something on like my camera like that, and it's on. So I just put the abdomen underneath, and I can have a look. Then obviously I took the video of it, and then yeah. Too bright, I guess. Yeah. That's a female, and the males will pop out, will like curve a little bit, and it won't have like a circular bit.
Yeah, so yeah, the males have sort of the missing legs. They're just the modified legs.
No, Leah, I've not been tagged by any of my centipedes, and I sexed every single one I got. Oh, and I have a blood red female.
Nice.
I don't know. It's juvenile.
So if I buy a centipede, I'm gonna buy it when Jeremy is at the show, so he can.
Very sexist.
Well, just letting you know, I am not sexing Dahani, and I am not sexing any of the large subspinnipedes or any of those big ones. Okay, I'm not trying to. I'll do it with an E-trig and the smaller centipedes.
Jeremy, I've got a white leg for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely want to have the mechanical damage from a white leg.
Or a heros.
Oh God, no! I would not want to sex one of those. Jesus. Yeah, the small ones are the gloves, but yeah. No, thank you. But I do have a pair of Sumatran cherries. I have a sex pair of Sumatran cherries.
Ooh.
And I only sex those because they're small. They're not fully grown yet. So yeah, just an FYI, guys. Do not sex your centipedes if you don't know what you're doing. Please, I do not want you to get bit because I said I sex mine.
Imagine that all of a sudden all over it. Jeremy said I can sex for centipedes like this, so I've got my big Dahani.
Not everything I said. Do not sex your centipedes, guys.
What was the what was the really big ones that Tony brought in?
Well, if you won't do it,
they were like absolutely massive.
Yeah, they're galats. Or is
no.
Gigantia?
No, they weren't. They were from Thailand.
Oh.
No, from Laos.
Thai dragons?
They're from Laos. So they're like, call them like the giant outerwear. But it was like, essentially like if you wanted one of the American giants, but couldn't afford an American giant, this was the next best thing sort of thing. It was just much more aggressive because it was Asian and not American.
Yeah, the big ones scare me. So
they don't scare me. I just wouldn't want to touch them.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way. You think they're going to not bite through this? White legs eat bats and catch them at full flight speed, let alone chew through this. They can bite through metal mesh.
Yep.
Yeah, the flagtails are cool. They stridulate. They hiss at you.
So they're great things though.
Helen, I think you're a way bit behind if you're still hearing about sand spiders.
Sand spiders, yeah. I think you're at the beginning of the stream, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, Helen, you're at the beginning. Yeah, that was another an hour ago.
Yeah, and supposedly the Alipes genus is communal, but I've yet to try it, and I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
I know Otostigmus. No, sorry. Not Otostigmus. Rhytima. Like Longipes. Those are communal, but I've not tried it with the Alipes.
No.
Nor do I want to spend £15 per individual for them to eat each other. I have one big.
Yeah.
So Rosie is a boy. Charlotte's sex terminally then. So you got to call it Ronald now.
It could still be called Rosie if it wants to be called Rosie.
True. To be fair, I had a female quail called Larry, so you know.
Oh, there we go.
And I didn't know Larry was a female until he popped an egg when I rescued her. Yeah, but guys, please, I'll just reiterate again, do not sex your centipedes without knowing what you're doing, please. I don't want to be held responsible for it.
Hey, Osmond.
That's why.
It's
Hey,
for,
Osman,
Hey,
if
Osman.
you
me
need
too.
a centipede, you bring it to Jeremy.
No.
Because Jeremy said it was okay if you go back about
No,
5
I
minutes.
did not say it was okay. I just said I can do it with the glove.
And Jeremy is especially happy if you bring him an adult white leg or gigantia or.
Yeah,
He would
I'll
love
take
you.
it. But you're not getting it back. If you ask me to sex it, you give it to me, you're not getting it back. Yeah, Osmond's got Ethnostigmus trig God, the blue. What are they called again? Ethnostigmus. Rubipees. Rubipees. Yeah, the Borneo blues. Very nice. He's got plings. So cool.
It's cool having plings. I remember when I had plings from Lipes.
From what?
Lipes. Years ago.
What are those? Lipes?
Lipes.
Oh. And you had the Hardwicky fling, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I didn't have bling. I bought plings of Hardwicky.
Oh, right. Oh, so you hatched plings. I'm the one to hatch plings. Why do I never get any luck with centipedes? All my centipedes just molt. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm not getting eggs then, am I?
I also had I did have plings of which one was it? Oh, Scolopen. It was a Scolopendra. Oh, the name's gone. The
Spinnerpeas?
no, the like mottled leg one or tiger legged one.
Oh, Hynanum.
I know, that's it.
Yeah. Those are nice. You don't see those a lot nowadays,
No,
which is a shame. I think Bugs UK had them, but they were quite expensive. They're like 50 quid. Or
yeah,
something like that.
I bought. Yeah, I got one. I think it's from TSS, but at the Birmingham Insect Show when that was around,
Wow.
and a good year and a half later, she had eggs.
A year and a half. That's quite a long gestation period.
That was a long gestation. I was just checking on. I was like, oh, you got eggs? Okay, I'll leave you to it.
So I thought I was really lucky because 2021 I bought a flame tip Dahani, and this thing was the biggest centipede I have ever seen in my life. She was like huge, like this big, giant. And I was like, oh, she's definitely gonna lay me eggs. And then she molted. And then again, twice she molted in my care, and now she's probably about yay big, probably about almost 10 inches. Definitely puts up a fight against the South Americans, that's for sure. My
Oh yeah,
friend's got her now, though.
I think that was the giant ones that Tony brought in. The giant owl ones were like the giant flame tip.
Oh, the flame tips.
Possibly.
Yeah, they're stunning. Hold on, I've got a
They're
TikTok.
absolutely huge.
TikTok of her eating. Just compare the size of her head to an adult locust. Giant thing. I do miss her, but my friend's enjoying her. Yeah, you've done great with those, Osman. I'm glad you've had some plings. Hopefully, I'll get some plings from this March cherry pair I have.
That'd be cool.
The female's a bit smaller than the male, so I need to beef her up.
I don't think it's parthenogenetic, Bastion. I don't know. Do you know if any scolopendras are parthenogenetic? I haven't heard of any scolopendras being parthenogenec.
I don't think so. A lot of them are just wild-caught females that are gathered.
That's why I put that one down to me. Because even scorpions have damn long gestation periods. I mean, my Viatoris that gave birth, I bought her at least 2 years ago. And I hadn't paired her.
Wow. Seriously?
No, I never paired her.
And she popped babies.
And she popped babies.
So
So
cool.
it's like,
I miss having
like at
Viatoris.
least a 2-year gestation period.
That's crazy to me. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find a video
I
of my
read
friend. He paired the
some-
honey.
I can't remember at the moment, but I read somewhere that the scientific research on parthenogenic species wasn't that accurate because of long duration time. So it's hard to know if it's parthenogenic or just a wild caught pregnant one. So they think that of what we know, there's about 20% species that are parthenogenic that are listed as not being parthenogenic. But
You saw it earlier with the female. You see the difference between the male. See how long it is. And more protruded. And then that's the leftover sperm web thingy. I don't know the exact term for it. Unfortunately, he had to sell the pair because he moved from the Netherlands to America, but he did breed them. I don't know. Very interesting behavior. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, that was, well, do you see? Was it Bugs UK have Cosmoderus eggs?
No way. What do they look like? No, do they?
Yeah, they're black.
Hold on. Where is it?
I only got a few, but I'm like,
Oh no, I don't think it's on their general post. That's a shame.
No, yeah, I'm sure they put on. They might put on the Bugs Park one, possibly.
Oh yes, possibly. Let me check.
Let me have a look. I never really saw stuff on the barrel.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, you would not think those were eggs if you were just digging through their enclosure.
That's the one, yeah. Yeah, armor cricket egg. I was like, you what?
So cool.
So I'm definitely interested to see if they hatch them out and what they got the female to lay in.
Wow. Yeah, it'd be good to. It would be good to talk to what's the guy's name when at seas if he knows.
Well, yeah, cause I don't know if because I think Bugs UK are there, but I don't know if Mark.
Yeah, they are. They're on the list.
I don't know this school, but his son will probably be there, if not that sort of thing.
He's the one that's normally there nowadays, right?
Normally, it's normally him. I think his name's Jamie. I think I want to say Jamie.
Jamie. He's a cool guy. I like him.
So, because I'm like, because I was feeling like, is it worth putting like a chunk of like, floral foam in with mine to see if that, whether would carve anything in to lay an egg kind of thing, possibly.
Yeah, The pairing part's easy. It's just getting them to lay the eggs and hatching them. I know that Max guy did it in France, but he's not saying how he did them. The cheeky guy.
No, because it was a few years ago at Caesar. You was helping out Tony, and we was chatting about it. Then,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not saying." I was like, "I'm not going to be competition for you." Like,
In Europe, they're like, come on, we need to have our own UK market.
like,
Not fair.
I'm not, if I ever succeed in, I'm not going to be shipping them to the EU. I'm going to be keeping a bunch of them and whatever else, send them within the UK.
Yeah, they're a bunch of his babies.
I know. So like, just tell me how you done it.
So cool.
Because it'd be
He's
awesome
like
to
the
get
master of orthopterans, though. Like, he can breed a load of stuff. He has access to cool stuff. But yeah, it would be nice if he could just give us a couple tips. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Please.
Is it temperature related? Is it humidity related? Is there certain foods that you gave that encouraged it?
Like, he even bred Lacina.
Damn.
Lacina nymph. Which is, for some reason, eating the substrate, but there you go. Got there eventually.
You must have some
he
banana
likes like
trees.
Estria and like larger species of he doesn't the problem is he doesn't post reels up highlights. Yeah, look, he found the long arm beetles in the wild.
Harlequins are just awesome.
So cool.
You see Natalie's doing a Harlequin frame. Well, he's pinning a Harlequin as well.
Looks so good. I love them. I love Harlequins. Because he gets to go to what's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name now. It's one of the countries because he gets the license to collect stuff.
Oh yeah.
And he's collected like Blabberus from French Guiana and French Guiana. That's it. He goes to French Guiana and collects stuff for both specimen and for breeding. But he goes there and he collects all the vegetarian stuff. Why don't you bring back any of the predatory stuff, man? Yeah, I know you get katydids, but come on, we want the big spiders.
Want all the other stuff as well.
Exactly.
So, but hopefully one day we can crack breeding them within the UK.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple people pairing them, like actually getting them to connect. I mean, heck, even Mantis and I got his pairing, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, he had his ones pair. So I was like, how? So I still got my big female here. Have you had any luck with your specimens that you got at Bedford, dude?
Do you mean Brighton?
See, my time's a bit messed up. Yeah, right.
Again with me. They're in together. I haven't seen them pair. They often sit next to each other.
Is he calling?
I haven't heard him.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Because like I know what the call sounds like after like the last pair I had. Good, bloody
Which is
weird.
cute. I like the call. It's cute.
It's weird when you first hear it though.
You think a wire is exploding or like something's burning, and you're like,
what the hell is that noise? What's going on? They're
low
both a good
buzz.
size. And they're both chunky.
Yeah, they have some nice size specimens.
Oh yeah. Well, I was all like, yeah, let me get a couple of these just to have another go because I absolutely love Cosmoderus.
Super, super cool species. Just the baked bean crickets.
I've loved them for years and years and years. So, have you ever seen the footage of it's not the Femorales, but related species, It was on that Amber series where they're like climbing up a tree to raid a bird's nest and just eating the birds, all the chicks and stuff.
Oh
And
my god!
And then because of the scent of the blood, they started eating each other as well.
Yeah, because they get attracted by the smell. It's like, oh my god, what is wrong with you lot?
And it was just like this massacre going on. I was like, oh my god, what the hell's
And
going on?
then they all start spraying the blood as defense, and then they all start eating each other. It's like, Jesus Christ.
But it's like
it's not very
thousands of them engulfing this tree, and then just it's like, my god,
trying to eat the baby chicks. It's like, oh my god.
I don't know exactly what species of armor cricket it was, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, cool. I think this guy had a similar species. Hold on. Not the exact one. These are Mexican, but I think they're similar, right? Similar build.
It's all similar build, yeah, quite big ones.
These are so cool.
But these were, I'm pretty sure it was in Africa, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And they had that bird that's like in the billions, and they have like all in the trees. You see all the crickets. You know, I actually saw that clip recently, and I was like, no way! These crickets are trying to eat the flipping baby birds.
And then eating each other. Oh my god!
It's like cicadas, but worse.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah. It just
Could you
like
imagine a bird just trying? Could you imagine just being a bird, you're trying to raise your children, and you just have these cannibalistic insects just climbing up the tree trying to eat your babies? Like, my lord! And I don't want to eat them because the blood stinks.
That's it.
But it smells tasty. I don't know, man.
None of it made sense. So you're just like,
it doesn't make sense. Evolutionary, it does not make sense. Oh.
Nature.
No, Helen, we're live. Don't worry. It's not chat. See, this is the thing. If you leave me and Phil together, we just indulge in conversation.
That's it.
We just bounce back between each other.
And start speaking in scientific terms and stuff.
Yeah, and everyone's like,
What are you two talking about? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Tron, are you following along, dude?
I am.
Oh, Jesus Christ. See, I love it. I love animals, man. They're just so cool. Speaking of seeds, though, are you planning on getting anything in particular? Are you going to buy anything in particular?
Seas?
Yeah, anything you're on the lookout for?
More ice pods would be nice. I don't know how much money I'm going to have with me, to be fair, so we'll see what funds allow as well.
Yeah, I'm the same now, especially after buying all these tanks from this guy. It's like,
so I mean, I have a little bit there for sale, but I don't have my own full table, so.
Right. You have that small spot in the corner, don't you?
Yeah, I'm presuming my dad's in his usual spot, and I'll be with sort of half a table there, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, the main pickup I want to get the H. Chileensis. And there was this one guy selling slings at some of the shows, and he had a whole table.
There was a guy at Bristol and he just had one table and then just a few slings of Chileensis.
Yeah, literally a whole table and then like a box like this big, and it just had H. Chileensis slings in them. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know if you'll have any more, but they were reasonably priced, I think. They were like 45 or something like that. Though, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the big sellers just came over and just scooped them all up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
Sorry, my female driving a Metro Soundist was doing a weird dance. I was like, she started the game. What's she doing? She's like rubbing her back end up the corner of the tub.
You know what? My Master Comproctus female's been. She buried herself for a bit, got really fat, and then she pooped. And now she's like excavating her enclosure again. So I'm like, I know you're gravid because I paired you and I have the spermatophore in there still. It's like, please, just go bury yourself away and drop me babies. I want captive bred giganteus again.
The little one that you gave me at that beverage show, was it a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
He's still a chunk. Or, well, I say
still fat.
He's still fat, hasn't molted yet, and he's still buried. He's been buried for I don't know how many months now.
It just goes to show how old these are when they come in as adults. It's like
kind of
a
thing.
few years and they're still like that big.
Yeah. And it's like, come on. So like, I haven't fed it in like, I don't know how many, like a good 4 or 5 months.
And they're really big. I think Leah's one molted recently, right?
So like every now, I keep checking like, no, you're still drunk, you're still there.
I'm just happy to, actually pair them this time. It was a really cool experience. They're very slow. I put them together, left them overnight, and they were still pairing in the morning. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to work and then come back home. I came back home, spermatophore in the wood, and they've gone away from each other. Not even tried to kill each other. Yeah, so I'm happy.
But if you're asking
Lame
about the Chileans being wild caught, that would be illegal.
Yeah, Chileensis, no. You're not getting anything out of Chile anytime soon.
Nope.
But if it's Mastigoproctus, yes, the babies came from a wild caught female who I thought was going to molt. And then I saw a white thing underneath. And I was like, oh, okay. Let's see if these hatch. And then boom, 25 babies. Flame Huntsman.
Yeah, the molting thing, I haven't figured it out because one of my Silenus, is it? When I got it, it was really small and it molted like 3 or 4 times in a year, and then suddenly just stopped for a year.
Yeah. Giant vinegaroon, Helen. The Mastigoproctus giganteus.
Yeah, they're really cool animals. And watching bugs in cyberspace, watching them eat in the wild, and they're just like gnawing on tenbrinidae. It's just like nothing eats tenbrinidae, but Mastigoproctus do. So you got to be a badass animal when you're able to crush and eat tenbrinidae.
Yeah, there's not much getting through their elytra.
And you just see them just crushing them and just walking along with them. It's so cool.
But your new foods will start feeding them blue death alien beetles.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine that as a short? Oh my god! I think I get cancelled off the internet. Blueberries.
Did you see the guy that was feeding an ember bee to a frog?
Oh my god! I think he was American as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's pure. I think that don't necessarily have an issue with people using them as a live feeder, but it's bloody expensive.
It's a waste of money. That's £40 down the drain.
Kind of thing.
Why?
But my issue there was that he was doing that purely, and he even said it, I saw him like saying in someone else's thing, they've done it purely to try and get a rise out of people, and that was the only reason. As I like, but that's not really a good enough reason. Then, if you had a reason of like, look, this particular frog eats this in the wild, and that has all this nutrition that they need, cool, go for it. But if you're doing it just to get a rise out of people, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had like yeah, we do go off on one. Sorry.
Yeah. And we're like this in person as well.
Yeah, we're like this in fact. You should see our car journeys. It's just non-stop. We don't stop talking. We're like coming back from the Midlands Entomological Show. 2 hours of just there and back.
Yep, which didn't feel like it. It was just like, yeah, non-stop talking about different inverts.
Alan, yeah. I was the same when I just started joining these live streams. It gets easier with time.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started keeping, my God, I was saying everything is like common names, and then the only reason why scientific names stay with me now is because I just kept repeating them, and
Yeah.
I didn't go with like you get your tarantulas and you call them like pet names. I didn't call them as pet names. I kept the scientific, and just repeating it sticks.
So
I used the common names until I started getting into the heterometrous species. Then I just gave up. The Asian forest scorpion common name, I just gave up. It's not possible.
Oh,
yeah,
common names with the with the heterometrous, you got Asian forest, Indo forest, blue forest, Malay forest.
that's it.
You know,
That's it.
and they all could be, and especially when you go to like a pet shop, like I had the experience of when they were selling a set, and it was heterometrous. I think they were. What were they before? Peter Sai before getting reclassified.
Oh, Silenus. Yeah, no, PSI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Silenus
Or
before.
to be PSI.
Yeah. And it's like, they ran out of Silenus, and they're like, oh, we've got Cyanius though. I know they're something else now. Was it Cyanometrus? Javanometrus? Cyanius?
Javanometrus,
Silenus.
Yeah. So then they were like, oh yeah, we have these. They were heterometrous at the time. It's like, oh, they're blue ones. What's the difference? Oh, I think they're bred to be blue.
Yeah.
I was looking at the amphibians and I just turned my head. I was like, did I just hear that properly?
Yeah, you get things like that all the time. I was in some things ago. As exotics keeper, I don't know which issue it was. I have to have a look. But I got a thing about they called it the Borneo forest scorpion, Heterometrus longimanus.
Yeah.
The picture is a Silenus.
Yeah. Jeremy.
And according to this article, longimanus are one of the small Heterometrus. I was like,
I know. Oh, and hello, Matt, dude. By the way, I just went on that tangent with the.
If you call that a small Heterometrus, that's a longimanus.
It's not small.
It's not small.
Jeremy, did I tell you the story about my first Scorpio Maurus scorpion?
No.
I went to a local pet shop and it has a rumor for being pretty bad with inverts, like label wise. So I went in and I asked, do you guys have any scorpions? Yeah, we do. And he showed me. It was a Scorpio Maurus, and I just had to ask, like, yeah, what is it? It's a Asian forest scorpion, yellow coliform.
Yellow colourform.
Yellow colourform. Wow.
Yeah, they're bred to be yellow.
So I tried to keep my poker face, and I asked, yeah, what price? And I got the scorpion with the enclosure and everything for, I think it was 50 quid. So, thank you, just went out to the car and laughed like the whole way home.
Wow.
Seriously, though. Yellow form heterometrous.
Yes. A tiny,
You can't make this up in stores. Honestly, you can't make it up.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, some things you hear at some places. It's just like, oh. There are good places, though. There are good places.
Ely Exotic, shout out. I want to go back there.
Reptile Hut, Bug Hut.
Yeah,
yes, Reptile and Bug Hut. Oh, I love those shops. They're so good.
Yeah.
Ely's hoping to get in more Imperator soon, so I might have to get some more Imperator from them.
I want the Amazon puffers that they have.
I think they've still got
such a good price.
2, maybe.
3.
They've got two left, maybe. It's either one.
If I was going to get them, I'd want to get like a group of 5.
I think they only had. I don't know. No, John, I'm thinking of the Cross River puffers, the real big expensive
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, those were a bargain price as well. My local shop
Sorry,
had them for
thinking of the wrong ones.
900.
I was thinking of the wrong ones.
Yeah, and then they had because the Amazon puffers they can live with other fish like communal. 'Cause they won't bother them because they're like crustaceans. I want them because I can keep them like it's like I might just wait for my Shidenai. I want my Shidenai. Just look at the face. Hold on.
Hey, Leah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, hopefully, because when I popped in, because he did get something, and he said they're actually a bit cheaper because they're slightly smaller, but he sold out of them. I was like, ah. But
Is that
he
Ely?
probably gets more yeah, Ely.
Has he
Yeah.
got? Has he got your? Has he got the poster up on the wall behind the counter like he said he was going to yet? The calendar.
He certainly hasn't got the calendar up.
He bought a calendar at your show.
Really?
Was that Tom or was that his staff?
Yeah, one of his staff, the younger guy that was with him.
Jack.
Yeah, he said he was going to put it in the shop.
I haven't seen it in the shop. I don't know if Tom would, unless it's like in the back room.
It might be hidden away so that when you go there to buy something, maybe they just put it up when you go to purchase at the till or something.
When they know you're on the way. Or maybe they're waiting for his month to come up and they're just gonna
Yeah, then
to be fair, another shop, cold blooded, not too bad. They've got a lot of stuff and they've got like decent people who know a lot of stuff. But the other problem with it is the fact they get massively overcrowded in there with things being bought in, and they tend to have like their spiders all stacked up in one room. They don't really know what they're doing with those, and the mantises are all stacked up and stuff. But the reptile stuff seems okay. It's just the fact they have a few strange practices there, I think.
I've never been there.
Yeah. It's not that big a place.
I've been to Coast to Coast. That's easier spotting. I've been there a few years ago.
I've got two spiders in here at the moment. One's that side and one's that side, and they're both like proper violently tapping.
Ooh.
It's the female Purians. The male's below her. The female's going crazy. And up on the shelf over there, I've got one of my male carapuensis, and it was stridulating earlier, and now it's just like punching the glass.
He's all grouchy.
Yeah.
Get me a female.
It was properly making the sound.
It's surprising how many tarantulas can actually stridulate. It's weird.
And the noise they make is quite loud as well. That's the crazy thing. Yes, I should be going to Seas, yes.
Yay.
Good.
I want the bulldog ants at Seas.
They're cool. They're cool.
I mean, now that I've got my room, I've got lots of plugs to work with. I can keep them heated well enough.
Do you know what? I'm not intending on buying anything at Seas, but I just haven't got the room. I haven't got the room. But if a confirmed female sturmy appears that is of breeding size, it will be very difficult not to take it.
I shall keep my eyes open for you, dude.
Yeah, I might get shot for that decision, but or a female carapuensis before these two are too mature.
All right, I'll keep an eye out for you, dude. See if I see anything.
Cheers.
I've got eyes I know when I'm looking for stuff like found it.
Yeah, the thing is the carapuensis will be one of those ones that some random small seller will just have one on the table somewhere, you know.
In a foggy bra plus hub, and you're just like, oh, that's there.
The blondie, the smaller blondie I've got. Let me see when it. I can't remember whether I've sexed that yet or not. No, the blondie's unsexed. It chewed its last molt up. The apophysis is a possible female. The sturmy is definitely male. You can't really deny it on that time lapse video.
Fairly obvious on the clip.
Oh,
maybe male. We'll say maybe.
Yeah, those things are like Do you remember that? Do you remember that little video of that crab walking along, holding the kitchen knife as it's walking along the pavement? That's what the Sturmey's pedipalps look like, don't they? They've got those flipping baggers. Yeah, or one of those
big and bony.
the walkers from what was that? What was that thing? The four-legged demon walker things. I can't remember now. But yeah, I need. I'm not sure about the blondie. The blondie's unsexed at the moment. But yeah, Carapoensis will be one of those ones. It'll be one of those like independent sellers, like one of the Invicta Club members on their table by the raffle or something, and they'll have like one sitting there or something like that. It'll be like underneath a couple of NPXOs or something.
Yeah.
Something random like that.
I'll keep an eye out for you though, dude. I'll see what I can find.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
There's the benefits of being small. You know, you guys all poke at me for being small, but I can squeeze in and I can take a look at where people can't look, you know.
The only
People
person who can move around seas freely.
I can't get this. I don't have to worry about that. I'll just squeeze my way in between the gaps and I'll be like, well, that's nice. I'll grab that and I'll go to another area, grab that.
So one of the best things that I've ever seen at Seas before it opened was Jeremy just in the middle of the walkway in front of a Spice Shop stand, just going through a whole big box of Huntsmans right in the middle of the aisle.
It was supposed to be just 10 minutes of me picking out a Bowie and a David Bowie, which ended up being an hour because people kept coming over to me asking me, oh, can you sex this one for me? Does this one get big? I'm just like, I'm happy to help. I want to go shopping.
It's just there for ages. Ages.
Because we had that good chat for a while, didn't we? Before I even left. Because we were talking about Blue Death Feigning beetles, and I saw Jaden. I think it was Jaden or someone else leave the box on the floor. I was like, oh.
It's diving in the box.
It'll be interesting having a. I've sent Andrew.
Look out for Gelencies.
So I've had to send Andrew and Guy 2 emails because when I sent Andrew, being obviously very old school with regards to his technology and stuff, was like, yes, send me an email with the videos. So I sent him this email and the video, and the compression was so crap just to get the videos over to him that I had to compress these 80 meg videos to 2 meg each, right? So the quality was terrible. They looked like they'd been filmed on a potato. And so I said to him, like, look, I can't do this via email, Andrew. They're too big, like they're 4K videos. So they're gonna need a bit of like somewhere to store them. So I've put them on my cloud drive and given Guy access to it so that he can sort of have a look. But Guy's away at the moment. But I said to Andrew, look, if you get major problems and you can't do anything, I'll bring a small hard drive or something or thumb drive down to Seas for you with the footage on it, and you can just take that away. But yeah, he seems quite keen to have the footage of both of those, the last year's and this year's, which that'll just be mind-blowingly epic,
dude.
Mind-blowingly epic. If they do, chances are they may not, but if they can, it'll be just flipping unbelievable.
Talking of old school, to get all the customer query, you have to phone him up. I don't even know if he has a computer.
Really?
His phone is so advanced that the newest thing he can play on it is probably Snake.
The first name, not even Snake 2.
The first OG Snake. Oh my god!
His phone's about this big. It's about this big, and it's just got a little keypad on it and no.
Yeah, there's a reason why in the coffin enclosure video I just put their email and I put their I put their Facebook page and I put their phone number.
Yeah.
I know they don't put any other details on their stickers, but their phone number.
To be fair,
I think the Facebook, I don't even know if that's technically going at the moment.
No, I saw the post. It was like 2021, but I thought I'd just put it in there anyways.
How funny! I challenge anybody to look at Matthew and find anybody who is more content and chilled and happy with life. And when you look at what he doesn't have in his life, it's everything social media related.
I mean, put this way, I think it was only last year he discovered YouTube. That's to watch YouTube videos.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah.
The day I got a text from him, like, amazed me because I was like, I had to ring him up and be like, "Is this you texting me?
Have you been hacked?
What's going on?" He was like,
"Someone stole your identity."
He was like, "Yeah, I've gone up and I've got a mobile phone." I was like, oh wow. And then when I saw it, I was like, cool, you got a mobile phone that went out of date about 30 odd years ago.
It was quite funny because I texted him about obviously Kath breaking her ankle to say to him, obviously we wouldn't be able to get up for the birthday meal. And he was like, all right, no problem about that. And for about 3 days after that, he just kept sending me texts with his current playlist in the workshop.
I'm actually over is on Saturday night, actually.
Oh, nice.
There'll be a customer area.
Oh, good.
For a little get together.
Going back to those videos, what I've done for Andrew and guys, I've orientated them so they are in normal format, like video screen format, rather than TikTok format, because they were filmed that way. But yeah, if they use it, it'll be amazing. If they don't, I fully understand. But Jesus Christ, yeah, I don't think I'll beat that in the hobby. As far as my highlights go, forevermore, I don't think. It'd be very tough.
Like a goal of all goals there, dude. Like, damn, being put in a spider documentary.
It'd just be unbelievable, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was nice chatting with both him and Guy. I literally, if most of the time I was just sitting there, just listening to him talk, because I can listen to him talk for hours.
Yeah, he's got one of those voices, isn't he? But it's quite funny because when you watch the DVDs, and I think I can't even remember if it was I think it was the Brachypelma one, where Guy talks for a little bit. He's got one of the spiders on his hand, and Guy talks for a while, and it's like even Guy he's just really good to listen to as well.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Just a shame he's behind the camera so much.
Full of knowledge. He
He
bought some Midoriyanas off me at BTS, and we were chatting a while about them because he was like, "Oh my god, please put me on the list for them."
Nice.
And he comes over to me. He's like, "Well, I've come what I've been asking for. For what I've been asking for."
I must admit, when he emailed me and was talking about the footage, and then I was just lying in bed the next day, and I'm like, I've got to get up for work in a minute, but I'm just laying there thinking, do you know what? My brain started going overtime. You know, it's like, oh, if they use the footage for that, and if they like the quality of the footage, and they think like, you know, oh, he's quite good with the video inside of things, quite good with getting like capturing angles and things like that. It's like next year you're out in flipping, I don't know, some place in Borneo filming flipping spiders with Guy or something. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like,
that's all. Could you imagine?
I mean, that'd be mental.
Yeah, my brain just went into overdrive.
Helen, I don't know if he'd be able to do it now in time for C's.
Yeah,
he'll probably have
early.
He'll probably have some there.
Yeah, he might have a couple.
Yeah, I mean, you're staying
ones.
at the hotel anyways, Helen. So just pop down early to the queue and just go straight to them first. See if they have them for you.
Well, you can always, if you ring up, the most you can say is, I'm not going to have time for C's, but
if you have any, just put them aside or something.
Regarding tarantula cribs, their shipping cost to the UK is ridiculous, but they do pack them very, very well. But you're talking like probably 3 times the value of the actual enclosure to get it over here. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, we were discussing this earlier, weren't we, Phil?
Their coffin enclosures, like to get one of their small coffin enclosures, was going to cost me near enough £100.
Yeah, they were looking at a UK distributor at some point.
Komodos.
Wow. Because I know they don't want to outsource their production because of the acrylic. They want to, they don't want to basically drop the quality of their. Yeah, exactly. But they were looking at a UK distributor at some point. I remember someone talking about it. I think it might have been Tarantula Cat
on a podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And he was saying that the trouble is, it's the case of shipping over to here. They would have to ship like a container, shipping containers worth to make it justifiable. But then you've got to find someone who's willing to purchase that much because, you know, obviously being a distributor, you'd have to purchase whatever at cost.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're out of pocket for that amount. It's just a crazy venture, really. But yeah, they are nice, but there are brands over here who are just as good. I mean, as far as tarantula cribs go, you don't get the designs that they have, but look for functional purposes, somewhere like is it NX or whatever they're called nowadays? They were at BTS. Can't think what their names. NX Exotics or
the ones that sell the Neo Rep.
Yeah, Neo Reps. That's it. Yeah, they've changed the name, haven't they?
No.
Or is it Neo Rep? Yes. So they are the Neo Rep enclosures, aren't they? And you get them from it. Is
They're
it
still Neo Rep enclosures because they're literally just bought from the same factory in China that does Rep Zoo and pretty much all the accredited enclosures you can buy in the world come from one factory.
Yeah, but those they're as functional wise, they're probably they're just as good, you know. And they the good thing about those ones is they stack. So because the lids aren't at the top, well, the lids are sliding ones at the top, but they stack on top of that. They've got like an extra little frame. If you're not
these
sure,
are Neo Reps.
yeah, the Neo Reps. If you're not sure, Helen, about looking at those things and you've never seen them before, go on to Swell Reptiles or whatever they're called.
I'm gonna grab my laptop charger
and go and on their search bar, search for the acrylic display setups, and they have a 15 by 15 by 20, and then they have a 15 by 20 by 30, and you'll be able to see the designs on there.
But it's
let me find
something like North Exotics or whether that's are the UK distributor for Neo Rep.
Because I always get confused. Oh, why is that Google search taking so long?
So yeah, Northern Exotics or nexotics.net. We can get the link for it. And they're the ones that do the shows just owned by, if they do the lights, owned by the lights, because they're terrible.
The only thing that's a bit annoying with some of the Neo Reps is if you've got a tiny spider, they do have like a little gap in the lid where they sort of slide in and out. So you have to be careful what spider you keep in there.
Phil, I'm gonna jump off.
No worries, mate. Here's off and on.
Yeah, something like this as
Actually
well.
going to sleep now.
These ones.
I am.
I think the 15 by 15 by 20 are £20. £20. See you later, Trond.
Take it easy, dude.
Yeah, 15 by 15 by 20, 4 magnetic lids. I've had a lot of spiders in them. They stack. They're pretty strong. You can stack them quite well. I've got a Murinus, small LP. I've got a Colorado Velocis in them. If you've only got a few spiders for £20, they're very, very clear and nice looking things. But you obviously, if you wouldn't want 100 of those enclosures.
I'm picking up I'm not picking up. Some guys dropping off a few Komodos to me over the next couple of weekends. He said.
What, the enclosures or just outfits?
Yeah, outfits. But the thing is, I keep asking him for specific numbers, but he doesn't know. He just says, "Oh yeah, I have a few of these, and I have a few of these." Like a few could be 3, but then he said he can't fit them all in his car, so I think he's got quite a lot.
Unless they're all 90 by 90 by 180s or something like that.
I don't know, and it's like I'm worried about how many he actually has, because like he's saying he wants to do 2 trips, but
person's going to turn up and it's just like 3 or 4 Komodo dragons.
First trip's just to drop off a few Komodos, and the second trip's he's going to come with a transit and nick all your stock.
Yeah, because he said he's got a few of those.
Well, is that a 30 by 30 by 20? These. Nice. That first one's a 30 by 30 by 20, isn't it?
Yeah, 30, 30, 20, 20, 20, 30s, and 20, 20, 20s. But yeah, he's got a few of these. So I don't know how many. We'll see.
Those Komodos became extremely difficult to get, and then you see all the lot of like early videos from Dave, and they're all on his bloody shelves.
Right?
Or, yeah,
that's
like
why you
couldn't buy any, and he just had flipping hundreds of the bloody things. It was just like all the 20 by 20 by 20s. Because there's something. The thing is about the 20 by 20 Komodos versus the Exos is they don't have that door on the front. So you don't get that massive plastic line across the middle of the display area where you want to see spiders. Plus, with the 20 by 20 by 20 Exos, if you're going to put deep substrate in, you can only go certain depth at the front, and then you've got to raise it all at the back. Whereas the Komodos, you can put some fossorial.
Behind me.
My Vietnam is in one, and it's like pretty much all soil in there, and it's nice because you just open the lid.
Have you seen, if you can't get commodities, that Neo Rep with normal exotics are doing basically the same now in glass enclosures as well?
I have seen them. Yeah, they're not a bad price either. And also the lid on those ones, I think if they're the double, are they the ones that are the hinged lids?
I believe so. I can have a look.
Let me have a check.
I'm on their website. And they do free shipping if you order over £79 worth.
There you go.
So you're like,
Don't
I think it is hinge lids. Yeah, 20 by 20 by 15 and 20 by 20 by 20.
Okay, those hinged lids are good because what you can do is, unlike like an EXO where you turn the 4 things and lift off the lid, these things you can just slide 2 bits at the front and lift it like you would open a chest freezer, or you can do the same at the back and lift it from the back or whatever, or you can push them all in and lift the whole lid out. They're quite versatile, but they do have a couple more gaps you just have to be a bit careful of. Yeah, that one, the nano hinged one, yeah, they're quite good. They look quite cumbersome, but they are. I've seen them. They're pretty good.
They don't look too bad. They're pretty much a Komodo, just with a slightly different design on top.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad.
And they're kind of they look like they're basically a similar sort of price.
The only thing I'll say about their single door ones as well, though, having seen them, is you almost have to have 2 hands to open those enclosures, that door. The little locking mechanism's weird. You have to sort of push a button and press it and lift it or something. It's one of those ones where if you're holding something, you don't want to be trying to open the door one-handed.
I mean, it's because they have to do it they have to purposely make it a different design, so it's not copying Exoterra and Zoomed.
Yeah, tweak it just a bit.
Those cubes though, they've got the acrylic cubes are really nice, and they're not a bad price actually. Yeah, a 10 by 10 by 10 for $11.99 is, if you want nice display enclosures. I mean, I know like people who have got large collections, you're going to be putting a lot in.
That was a long 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought I was just checking dinner, but it was actually ready, so I stopped to eat it as well.
Was it a good casserole?
It was. For a vegetarian casserole, it's actually quite nice.
I had a very disappointing pork katsu at work today at uni.
I had a vegan.
There's the link website doing these enclosures.
I had a vegan fajita wrap today for lunch and spent the afternoon regretting it. It was far too much. It was okay, but I think the oil they cooked the vegetables in and fried the vegetables in didn't agree with my stomach. And yeah, I spent the afternoon doing a lot of I got my 10,000 steps in walking from my office backwards and forward to the loo area, I think.
Yeah, all these dodgy oils. I'll stick to butter.
Yeah. That was okay. I managed to down a box of Lindor afterwards, so that was all right.
It'll be on there. Which cube did you say it was? What size cube did you say it was, Matt?
They're the 10 by 10 by 10s for $11.99. Yeah, but to be honest, there's some good ones. The only ones I would avoid possibly after experience of different size ones, where you've got the small sling ones, those little 10 by 8.5 by 6.5 ones, they're okay, but they are for slings until they get to like 2 centimeters, and then there's just not enough room for a spider in there. So I've got a ton of those because I got them for pretty much nothing because someone was getting rid of them all. And I think I've got like 16 of them. And I've got every single spider I've got in there needs to come out and be rehoused. And most of them haven't even like one. It's stupid. It looked like it was enough room. It's not enough room. You know, the spiders that are in there probably could go in bra plasts.
For the little ones are like a $5.
Yeah, the ones that Spider Shop used to sell. They're okay, but once the spider gets past about 1 centimeter, there's not enough room for substrate, water bowl, hide, and spider.
So I've got a couple of. I've got the little giant vinegarine from Jeremy in one.
Yeah.
And then I've got a small spinnifer scorpioning in one. And then I've got a Cabrinipes and Elegans in them as well.
So what happens is things like the Davises tend to just build massive castles in the middle, and then they've got nowhere to actually molt. And after having quite a few spiders get their legs caught, bent a leg, bent a foot, and all that, it's just like you get paranoid about seeing not much space in them. So all those have got to be rehoused. And I tend to go for, if I can find it, I've got 1 or 2 tubs. I think I've got about 40 of these things. I tend to go for the ones that are slightly bigger. Where's my lids? No, that's not one of them. Oh, there we go. I've dropped it. I tend to go for these things because you can stack those as well, and then you can just get a lot more substrate in them. And then the size after that.
In the back. Got the rectangular ones up there. Cheap as chips as well.
They're £1.50 a tub.
And the visibility is pretty good on them.
It is. It is. Like they're quite clear. Yeah, the only thing you have to be careful of is drilling the holes.
Yeah.
Is that those Wham tubs that
Yes.
we were on about earlier? Yeah.
These are actually these are by a company called Hobby Life.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're called the Hobby Life Multi. If anyone wants to look on Google, they're called Hobby Life Multi Box. And this is like a 1.2 litre. But the good thing about these ones is this plastic here is really strong. So as soon as you lock these onto the lid, they're not going anywhere. And they're really tough. But drilling the holes is one of those things that a lot of people get problems with drilling plastic tubs because they get a drill or something, you know, if you're not using just a hot poker or something, and they push the plastic. And what happens is then you get the crack.
Yeah,
you have to have a new drill bit and just let the drill do the work. Just put it on it and let the drill draw itself
these
through.
big ones.
Yeah, they're
got
nice.
a Cardimensis female.
Sorry,
and I just drill my holes on the sides.
Yeah.
And then the lids. Oh, you're going to run out of opening it.
But yeah, that's the general lot. Plastic is just to let the natural gravity of the weight of the drill just do the work.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
And you go sort of fairly slowly.
Big ones, I've got a massive one there. 5 litre ones. Deep ones for fossorial. 3 litre, slightly smaller ones. But yeah, they're quite good. I mean, I do it the same. It's the acrylic as well. People tend to crack their acrylic as well. When I do those exo lids, it's just a case of having the drill on, just being patient, just let it fall through.
Yeah, don't force it.
And it doesn't take too much time. Once the drill gets a bite, it draws itself through pretty quick. You just can't push it. People just get impatient. You can get them online, Helen. I get them from a local factory shop, but I'll find the company that does the Hobby Life ones for you. I'll put a link in.
They normally have them at like a home needs or like a home shop.
There is a place you can get them for if you buy them in bulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're not terribly priced. It's called the Plastic Box Shop. I'll put the link for the Plastic Box Shop in there with Hobby Life as the search.
My personal favorite tubs at the moment are the 5 litre Braplast cubes. Love those. So cheap.
You had the 5.8.
Oh yeah, the perfect true. If you're a true spider breeder, they're the best tubs for you. I'm telling you. You can raise the slings in there. You can put the adults in there. I bred Homoderus Gladiator in them and Lamprima.
It's quite funny that the Braplasts. I love those deep Braplasts. I just can't deal with the shallow Braplast as much because I always feel that you want to put at least another 2 centimeters of substrate. Like it always feels like you just want to put a little bit more in and there's not enough
Yeah.
room for the spider to move around. That's why I really like the Komodo 20 by 20 or 30 by 30 by 20 enclosure, because for me, it doesn't leave enough room for a spider to fall like a 30 by 30 by 30 would, but they've got enough space and footprint for spiders to move around and have a nice, like, size environment.
Exactly.
And the Komodos are stackable really nicely as well. So
Mm.
on the bottom of the Komodos, they have a decent footing, which sort of hooks over the corners of the one below it. Right, there's the Hobby Life multi-box. I have bought from there before. Their delivery's pretty good, and you can normally, if you Google plastic box shop discount code, normally there's ones on that you can pick up for free that give you like 15% or 20%. I think one of them's like a blue light discount code. Probably shouldn't advertise that, but but seeing as I work in emergency services, well, there you go. Blue light codes. You can normally get blue light discount codes for plastic box shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me have a look. Can I have the blue light card?
Yeah. I saw your ears perk up. Well, hey, Ling.
Best thing about being a student and working in NHS, combine the codes.
Nice. Yeah. You get your Amazon Prime for like 3 pence a year or something.
Oh yeah. I get online 10% off.
Yeah, they're not a bad price for the boxes either on there.
Nice. I might have to do some shopping then.
Buy in bulk, and get the cheap postage, because that's the only thing that kills it. And to be honest, they ship pretty quick and they're pretty well packaged as well.
Nice, Charlotte.
But the other good thing about those
best
Hobby
thing
Life,
about the blue light. Yeah, go on.
what you'll like, and you'll know this, Jeremy, is the way that, because the lids have that, they've got ridges in them. When you drill the holes in there, if you stack a box on top, you've invariably got space for airflow, even though there's a box on top of the box.
Yeah, so like I've got mine stacked in threes in the back, and yeah, there's still adequate airflow. Obviously, I still open the lid, but just a constant airflow gets in. It's perfect.
Yeah, they're nice.
You probably just have to contact the page, see what they say, Helen.
I believe it says it's first in when it opens, I think.
I think they said something about no early access too because of traders. I think they said that on their page.
Yeah.
Traders setting up or something like that. Hold on. I'll confirm that now.
Yeah, they tend not to like anyone coming in until they actually open.
Yeah,
Which is fair on the traders.
And you do want to get there quite early. If it's anything like last year, get there a little bit early, because otherwise you're standing outside in that
queue early,
and it's freezing cold. And then you get those lovely people that queue up and they're just not in the queue enough to be indoors, but they're not in the queue enough to be outside. And they stand there in the doorway and holding the door open, so everyone in the hotel freezes as well.
Honestly,
that's why it's nice being a trader.
Well, rub it in, why don't you? Yeah, I'm just gonna get all pampered up and start queuing at 9:30.
Well, I'm going to be standing in the queue with a massive phanarium full of bloody Sungaia stick insects for Leah, so hopefully I'll be indoors.
Yeah, I mean, Helen, you're in the hotel anyway, so you could just like rock up at 10 o'clock and just sit down, just chill out for a bit. Bring a chair, just sit in front of the queue. Why not?
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. So, how's you, Jay? Anyway,
I'm all right. I'm full up.
Good. Did you get your second drama of Instagram sorted, Phil, or not?
No. It seemed it worked for all of maybe like 5 minutes.
Jesus. I wonder what's going on. That just seems weird. That just seems like something going on there. Mind you, I know that there's been an awful lot of DNS issues today with certain things. So I don't know if Instagram are having issues. Whenever I'm having
anyone else who's having the issue.
No, but whenever I'm having issues with anything, even if people around me aren't, I tend to go on Down Detector just to see if there's any other reported issues. But yeah, that just seems like an odd one. It seems like it can't be a setting if you got it working and then it come back again. It's almost like it corrects itself and updates or something, doesn't it? It's weird.
So yeah, we're going out. Yeah, so I can get anything that I've done, like on Canva or screenshots or
anything that's been saved. Yeah, just not
anything
taken.
like that. Yeah, I've got, but nothing from actual camera roll on. To be able to post on Instagram. I've had it if I want to, I have to go through my phone's gallery and go share onto Instagram that way. But that means I can only do like a photo.
That's just annoying, isn't it?
It's just not worth it.
No.
So might not be posting photo. If it carries on like that, I just won't be posting any photos on Instagram really, because otherwise I would have.
I was a bit busy this afternoon, but I'll have a proper in the morning. Tends to be quiet. I'll have a proper dig around on Reddit or something.
Because done the whole.
You can't be the first person to have an issue with it. So I'll have a dig around for you, mate. I'll do some digging.
Done the whole clearing of the cache and the data and restarting phone and deleting photos and videos that I don't need or want.
Yes, Helen, we are selling Jez. He's £42 for
42.
7.
Surely I'm worth a bit more than that. Come on.
For 24 hours.
40.50 then.
42.50 for 24 hours.
42.50 per kilo.
He's very good at doing hoovering.
Well, I'm going to be bloody expensive then.
He's good at hoovering and standing and getting through small tunnels. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm good at squeezing into the gaps in the tables of Spider Shop.
Oh
no, Ling will spray my eyes again, blind me.
Ling, send it to my PayPal and I'll send you the contract out.
No, I am not trading at Seas. I only booked the hotel because I want to get pampered up.
You're being traded at Seas.
I'm going to be the main raffle prize. Forget the Post Ethereum Metallica. It's going to be me.
We'll just stick you on the raffle table.
Well, it'll be better than a half-dead millipede, wouldn't it?
Can you get off the table, please? No, I'm the main prize, mate. I'm not getting off.
One of the prizes is
we'll just put you in a 45 by 45 by 60 EXO with the lid off or something.
Put me in a 2-foot vivarium. It's like, help me.
Oh dear.
See? Even Ling's going to abuse me now. Like I said, I don't want to go to the hotel now. I'm scared for my life.
Yeah, that is quite specific.
Yeah, she's planned this out. It was very quick typing as well. It wasn't a big gap in between. She knows what.
No, that was. I got that. She had that saved on Notepad or something.
That's a good point, though. It's quite expensive to keep in teapots.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't have teapots. I have coffee mugs without packers on it.
Nice.
It's a very posh mug.
It's just a mug. Come on.
I've got a mug like that. It's just a white mug with a black handle, and it just says "unt" on it. I don't know what that means, really.
Yeah, that's a weird language. I've not heard of "unt" before.
No, it just says "unt."
Maybe they forgot how to spell "aunt" properly.
Possibly.
Maybe.
They forgot to put the A on it.
Yeah, it's a good mug.
Don't try bribe me with food, Ling. Gosh! And you spelled alpaca wrong. Because I think it's with C, right? It's not with K.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good. I thought you were going to be no, it's with C. You gaslight me.
Did you see that? Did I send you the link, Phil, the other day with the capybara walking through the deeper water on its back legs? Yeah.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Those things are funny. I love those animals.
I don't understand how they've not gone extinct.
What's not gone extinct?
Capybara.
Capybara. There's
They're
like
just so
loads of
chilled out.
videos everywhere of them walking around crocodiles and stuff. It's like, well, this is not a great
The
survival
crocodiles know
strategy.
twice before getting bit by how big are they in sizes? Really big, aren't they?
They got big
Well,
teeth. Yeah, they got
yeah.
big teeth.
So those things will slice through a crocodile's leg. They gotta be careful.
So
The small ones,
they
fair enough.
can be
I would
quite
not want to mess
aggressive.
around with a big one.
They can be quite aggressive. I've known a capybara to bite through another capybara spinal column.
Jesus.
Yep.
And crocodiles have not lived on the planet for this long, without being smart. And they're smart enough not to fuck with big guinea pigs.
Oh, capybaras are part of like black caiman diet and stuff. They'll eat like maybe smaller ones, obviously.
Yeah, the smaller ones, but an adult, you don't want to fuck around with an adult.
So, and
I
of course,
certainly wouldn't.
big female green anacondas will eat an adult one.
What was it I was reading about the other day, talking about animals? It was that wings of things like mosquitoes and stuff only developed because they needed to get more energy from the sun. So they ended up having little humps on their backs, which over a period of like evolutionary time turned into wings, but they were never used for, or never intended for flight. They were intended for energy absorption. Yeah, interesting.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently so.
Is that the actual wing, or like on flies they have the little nubs underneath
little
their
nubs,
wings?
but the nubs developed into where the wings were and all this and everything. That's how they end up with the wings, apparently. So that book Sapiens is
not
very,
just for
very good.
mosquitoes, or like flying things in general.
I'm going to keep banging on about that book until I've finished it.
Does this mean one day the Ceratogyrus genus, anything with a horn, could potentially develop wings, and we're going to have flying tarantulas? That would be cool.
That would be terrifying.
It would also be terrifying, yeah.
To be fair, I think Clayton Patilla was talking about seeing a flying tarantula, but then he realised it was just an S-cow jumping out of a tree. He has seen them literally launch off a branch, so maybe they're trying.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
listening to a podcast, and the guy went over to wherever they find the S-cows and H-Macs, and they were shaking the tree, and they just have like really high up. They're just jumping down at them.
Crazy.
Terrifying. Could you imagine a fully grown S-cow just launching itself at you? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. That book, I've learned so much from that book. It's ridiculous. But yeah, very, very strange with evolution stuff.
I mean, even stranger now is that they're all now classed as crustaceans.
What?
What is?
Oh, hexapoda. Hexapoda are now in crustacea.
Okay.
Wait, hexapoda including
all the insects.
All of them.
All hexapods are under crustacea.
It's called Sapiens, Helen.
They're just fucking with us at this point, aren't they? First was the Asian opus, and now they're doing fucking hexapoda. Jesus, my mind can't handle this anymore.
Technically, a butterfly is a crustacean.
If a butterfly is a crustacean, then I'm 6'2".
Yep.
You need to ask them to sponsor you, Matt.
It's a brilliant book. Yeah. But it's crazy because I'm listening to the audiobook and each chapter is almost 7 hours. Each chapter is almost an hour and something long, and there's like 20 chapters in it. It's ridiculous. It's just like I listen to it on the way to and from work, and my journey's only half an hour, 20 minutes, and so I'm like, it's just taking me forever.
You know, I need to start getting into audiobooks because, like, you can only listen to so many podcasts, and it's just like it's gotten to the point where I'm re-listening to podcasts and I know what they're talking about now. So I'm just like, I don't.
Have you got Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
Spotify Premium has now for the lead holder of the account. I'm not sure if it's for all accounts. So I know on the family plans it is. The lead person of the account gets access to audiobooks.
Yeah, nice.
I'm still listening to loads and loads and loads of podcasts.
Did you see Hannah's got on the Animal Network?
I haven't got to that point yet because I'm still listening. I'm behind on Amazon Home. But
Nice.
that's cool. I was on the Project Care Horticulture one.
No way.
Yes.
When?
But you just showed me.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
you just
Project. Yeah, yeah. No, I thought you said you were. I was like, when?
No,
I need
not
to
me.
listen.
No, I haven't been on that yet. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
Hannah's
no
completely
I am.
surprised me with that. I was like, no way, you got invited onto Project Herpeticulture. That's so cool. That's why I got the topic for last week's stream map. They were talking about it with
Yeah.
Hannah's. Yeah,
So you've got 2 more days to think of a new one.
come up with something.
Yeah, that honestly, I thought that last week's live, I absolutely loved it. I think that's the.
Oh, it was so good, so good.
It was a good panel and it was a good conversation topic. We obviously missed Phil, but yeah, it was an interesting few hours talking.
I've been having a break, but I'm back from my break.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good to have you back, dude.
Always.
Hopefully we'll come back big. Yeah, hopefully we'll be bigger and better and stuff.
Oh yes.
Actually, I was going to ask Leah, have you moved your jumping spiders up into a slightly larger tub than the ones they were in that I got from you yet, or what? And if so, what have you put them in? They're crazy.
But
yes, you did, Charlotte. Bastion, I think it was, donated 5 memberships, which I was very grateful for.
Hey, Strokes. Because if I go on to my podcast app, currently I'm listening to Zookeeping 101. That's quite a good one if you're interested in zookeeping stuff.
Zookeeping 101. I always need new podcasts.
Species. Amphibicast.
The one that I was gutted about.
Amphibicast is very good. Yeah.
The one I was gutted about stopping was the one that they only did a few episodes on, and that was it Different World Spiders or whatever it was. It was Tarantula Cat. And
yeah.
Is it Two World Spiders?
2 Worlds. That's it.
Both World Tarantulas.
Both World Tarantulas. Yeah, because he's from Europe, she's from the US, and it was a play on the old news. And it's like, honestly, their conversational pieces were amazing.
One, that was a good one.
He's got such a good voice to listen to.
Bird Spider CH.
Yeah, if you've never heard
the Tarantula Way when they post, but they very rarely post. Naturalist Recovered is a good one.
I think doesn't
Nappy's round table's not too bad.
Doesn't Martins do like Bird Spider CH? Doesn't he do? He does an awful lot of videos at the moment, though, doesn't he? Nice,
Thank you, mate.
Nice question.
Another good one. Grubbing in the Filth is a good one. Grubbing in the Filth.
Grubbing in the Filth.
It's an invert podcast.
What a name!
Oh my god! There you go. Bastion's just gone crazy again.
He's just gifted out. Who's he gifted those to? Because it doesn't tell you on StreamYard.
No, you have to look on YouTube, didn't you?
Just get back into that.
Martins is like, he's so underrated, and unfortunately, I don't think he puts enough content out because he's always out actually looking for spiders in remote places, doesn't he?
That's gone to Dave.
Yeah, he does a lot of documentation on those high altitude species.
And to me.
Yeah, he was out in Peru, wasn't he, doing all the stuff like the tarantulas that literally survive in almost like freezing cold conditions in Peru.
For the mountains.
Well, cheers for that, dude.
Yeah, really, and he was disgusting about because people want them in the hobby, and he was just like, realistically, there's no way we could keep them in the hobby.
No
way.
I do miss him actually making content for social media, though. I know he's very, very busy and he's documenting an awful lot of stuff, but he's just the way he talks about stuff. He's
you can see the passion. You can hear the passion in his voice.
Yeah, but it's also those Europeans. Like some of them have got amazing accents, and he's just there's something about him just makes you weak at the knees.
It's like, that's why I need to get Clemens back on my channel again at some point. He listening to him talk, and you know him. He was just so shy, bless him. But he was really good talking to him. And I had to rush home from work, so I was like all out of breath when I was talking to him.
So who do you think? It doesn't necessarily have to be your channel, but who do you think your favourite live guest has been over the last year? Like that you've listened to and sort of watched the live of, if they've had a special guest, even if it's just one of like multiple guests on a pod on like a live. But who would you think one of the lives you watched last year was possibly one of the best people to listen to? It's quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think now there's a lot of good ones.
There has been a lot of good people on a lot of people's channels.
Didn't Scott have Dave and Tom around on one?
Tom Moran was 22, I think.
Yeah, he's only had Tom
Moran on.
Yeah,
he's had Tom Moran on. Yeah.
No way! I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Didn't he have them both on the same live once though?
Oh, I had no idea. That was
I'm
before
not,
my
I know
time.
it was talked about doing it, but I don't know if that ever happened.
I don't recall him having Tom
In
Moran.
my head, it happened, and that was my favourite.
I think Invertivet or yeah, that was because that was a difficult topic for a lot of people to listen to, but it was a brilliant topic.
Oh, the latest one I had with Benjamin.
Strogs.
Actually, one of my favourite lives, Jezza, you were one of the hosts. With Amy, when you had all the guys from the BTS on. That was a great live.
Oh, that was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, that was that was a really good one. Same thing
Yeah, I
with
really enjoyed that.
with interviewing God, the names escape me now. Guy and Andrew. That was really good. I love that. I literally, there was a point where it's like Amy asked me a question and I was still in the zone of listening. I went, huh? Wait, what? They've got any more questions? I was just like, I loved it. It wasn't because I was just like bored. I just couldn't stop listening. It's so interesting.
Unfortunately, as well, there's some that have been on that potentially could have been better than they were, and I'm not going to sort of name names or anything on that, but I think that sometimes it's difficult because you have a bit of a lag with some connections, and it makes the conversation difficult. And when it doesn't flow, it can be a bit difficult to have a back and forth. And when you've got a smooth conversation going, it can make the time fly. And can also be so much more engaging if it start, stop, because connections, you have to repeat things, and it can get quite distracting. And I think some of the lives can be ruined by that a little bit, which is a massive shame.
It's like, I'm just trying to look back with the one I did with Hannah's.
I mean, so yeah, I've got a long list of favourite guests that I've had on. Benjamin's definitely up there as one of them because I always learn something from speaking with Benjamin.
Yeah. And the thing is,
I wasn't live, but I listened back. Fantastic, dude.
The thing I loved about listening to him talk, and when we was chatting at BTS as well, was he's got a lot of knowledge, but he listens an awful lot, and it's definitely a trait with people who are very well educated and also very knowledgeable about certain things. Is they're willing to listen to things because that's the only way people learn is by listening. And so he listens a lot, then sort of almost formulates what he wants to say as a response. He was not one of these people who just talks.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, but yeah, then also, absolutely. But I mean, you know, everyone I've had on, I've absolutely loved, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't invite them on.
No, there's been some really good ones you've had, to be honest, and they've they've all been enjoyable. That's for sure.
Hopefully, I'll get more special guests this year because they're the ones I absolutely love.
You've also had some chaotic lives over last year as well.
I've had some chaotic ones. of
I still have a screenshot. I still have a screenshot of your face during one of them where you knew your stream was just derailed to the point of no return. And it was just like, I just need to accept this.
This is the stream now, and it was like, oh god.
Am I getting banned? I don't know.
Didn't get banned. Didn't get banned.
That was funny.
It may even still be monetized
Oh mate,
somehow.
that's crazy.
That's
Crazy.
Or worse, just restricted.
Yeah, I think most of mine are restricted at some point. They're all yellow. I think it's just because of the
Yeah.
language that goes on a lot of them, isn't it? They're
That's
getting almost
what a
restricted
lot of it
advertising.
is. Yeah,
You could probably appeal them and get half of them overturned because I don't
it's
think
just
they're
not
going to
worth the
sit there.
effort
Nah,
sometimes.
it's not.
For what you're going to get out of it, not much.
About 6 pence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the hassle of trying to appeal is just like no, I can't be bothered to do that.
Yeah. It's just anything's better than nothing. Having them yellow is still quite good.
And plus, just to watch back ability is really nice. Especially with the special guest lives, I love listening back to them.
Yeah,
It's quite nice to listen from a non-live perspective. That's what I like about the kind of format that I took instead of just a pre-recorded podcast to do it live, so I can interact with the chat, go with it, and then you can listen back and it sounds like a podcast.
Yeah, I've actually listened to a couple of lives while I've driven, like on long journeys, having it coming through the car stereo and without the screen on, and it's actually quite cool.
Especially
the few people I like to reach out to just to see, if they'll be willing to come on. The worst they can say is no, so it's going to be messing with a few people.
What fish you got, Jay?
Huh?
What fish have you got in there?
That big one?
Yeah.
It's mostly various tetra.
There you go.
Nice.
South American
Underrated
tetra.
just having tetras.
Tetras are great. I love a tetra.
If Aaron had his way, it would be pretty much all neon tetras, but I think I get bored of looking at them.
I prefer cardinals slightly more than neons, but I do like both.
I prefer glow lights.
Cardinals are so much better by a long shot. They're like what neons want to be.
So, but I just imagine just a big tank just full of either cardinals or neons, just a big tank just full of them. That'd be amazing.
I've never done great with tanks. Like my fish have always seemed to. I've struggled to get the tanks right and working well, and it's probably because of the cheap filtration systems you tend to get with a lot of tanks and stuff like that. They're not ideal. But our pond outside, we've got 6 foot by 3 foot by 4 foot filtration system on the back of the pond, and the UV bulb on it's about 90 centimeters long, I think. Like it's quite big. It's probably too much for the tank, to be honest with you, but the pond. But it's 11 foot by 11 foot, our pond, and we've got some big carp in there. Yeah, it was here when we moved in, and I just never got rid of it. But it was a tiny plastic preformed thing, and we dug, rather than move the fish out, I just dug round it, and then managed to get one of the big rubber linings and put it underneath, and then just almost tip the pond into the new pond. And we've ended up with this bloody great huge pond. And the fish get virtually no attention, and they flourish because they're just left to their own devices with all the plants that we've got growing in there and stuff. But it's we've got some big stuff in there, like big. Where's my hands? There's my hands. We've got some big fish, like big fish, mirror carp, some koi, all sorts.
Nice. Mirror carp are beautiful.
Oh, they're so good. I mean, we actually, our person down the end of the road was like, I'm getting rid of my pond. Do you want some fish? And it's like, what have you got? And he goes, we've got these 4 adult mirror carp. It's like, yeah, okay. So I just went down and picked them up in 4 carrier bags and walked them down to my house and put them in my pond. But they're cool. They're really cool. It's quite funny when you feed them and you put them in there and they take your thumb rather than the food.
They just engulf everything. It's like,
oh yeah, they feed. They're really good feeding response. So what's your plans for the week?
work and get ready for zoo inspection
Oh, you've got an inspection coming up, have you?
next week.
Oh, right, okay.
So we're in full prep mode to get ready for that.
Did you find out when your course husbandry course is that your or lecture or
Well,
whatever?
I need to find out about that. I need to see one whether operations manager.
They'll tell you that's on the day after the inspection or something. You'll be like, melt brain.
I mean, it's not until November at least, but like,
Oh, right. Fair enough.
That's good.
I mean, we were speaking about it, and like my operations manager knows that, sort of pass it to her, in terms of like organising what sort of dates and stuff. But I was like, I've heard nothing since, and then to see that in the latest ABWAC journal and their calendar that they've done, they haven't put a date, just put November. So like, oh, so it is going ahead. I haven't heard a confirmation that it's going ahead, so I need to double check with my operations manager and directors that it is actually going ahead because ABWAC are advertising it.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
They're not meant to be the main organizer.
Oh
I'm sure
no!
I'm sure you'll be fine with it, Phil. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if they're promoting it already, they've already done a fair bit, right? And so hopefully you don't have too many pieces to pick up.
So hopefully
Right?
it's like, oh yes, it is all. Hopefully they can say yes, it's all booked in and stuff, and actually go, oh yeah, this is the date we're going to do it.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
I
I
know
can
Shrug,
start
yeah.
they start organising, talks and like maybe even like practicals and stuff.
Ooh.
And so, especially as that, in the journal, they're saying like, oh yeah, because it'd be their first ever invert workshop, and they're like, literally putting like on part of the advertising, this is bound to be popular and sell out quickly, so book quickly, and it's all like, hang on.
That'll be good though.
Would you be able to record it or no?
I don't know. I mean,
You're organising it. You can do what you want.
they may film it all, but they'd only then go to like actual anything said. We'll probably only go to members, most probably,
Or like for educational purposes.
Yeah. But they might, allow like some clips just to be put together to be put on like their public social media.
The good thing about it though, from a perspective of if it raises interest and stuff on like, because there's possibly going to be some that don't like, because this is all basically other zoos and zoo collections, isn't it?
Yep.
So I presume that if there's going to be some that don't actually currently keep inverts and things like that may think, oh, actually, this is more popular than we realised, and maybe spark more of an interest. So it's a good publicity thing for the invert community, that's for sure.
Yeah, because you can't tell for all zoos in the UK.
Leah.
I like Leah. I'll actually be kind of stream soon, as it's 11. We'll go on 11. But our now vice chair for the terrestrial invertebrate working group last year had a look on ZIMS, which is one of the main sort of records thing for that most zoos use, and he has seen a downward trend in inverts being kept in zoos.
Oh wow!
And it's all like, cool. We don't know the reason for it, but what is the why are more zoos not keeping inverts? Why are some not doing certain things? And as predicted that potentially in a few years' time there'll only be maybe 5 species of invert being kept in the zoo, which is 5 very basic common species.
That's such a shame.
Sort of thing, and sort of why is that? And I think one of the reasons might be where people are, some places are getting them thinking that they're just easy, which they certainly can be, but not actually understanding properly how to keep them. Or if they haven't got keepers that are actually interested in them,
It's like you were saying earlier, rather than instead of hiring specialists or someone with prior knowledge, just hiring general keepers that have no interest in the insects. They're interested in
this is the problem. This is the problem when you go to some shops and you see they're interested. They're quite happy to look after either things like the chameleons and beardies or the guinea pigs and rats or whatever they've got, and then you see in the corner they've got a load of spiders, and they're all stacked up in Braplast, and they've got S. calciatums that are in soaking wet flat Braplast enclosures, and they wonder why these spiders are extremely agitated when they try and feed them every other few days.
Yep.
Just because they haven't either got the knowledge or they don't give a shit, but they're a good money turnover thing. It's annoying.
Mm.
And then you go and speak to them to say to them, all you got to do is turn that Braplast up on its end. Sorry, it's a sensitive subject with my local place at the moment. But
At least your local weren't selling blue, intentionally line-bred scorpions.
No, these
claiming that's what they were.
These have
Bred to be blue. Never forget it.
spider. They've got spiders there. They have some curly hair, and then they have S cows, and the S cows are like grown on slings, small juvie size, and they are in Braplasts set up with just a piece of cork bark terrestrially. And every time I've been in there, the enclosures have just been watered and they are soaking wet. They use like the like the long arms plant sprayer things, just soaking wet. And it's just like, and then they go, oh yeah, they're quite agitated, them lot, aren't they? They're quite funny, those spiders. Yeah. It's like, I'm not surprised. And I've tried to explain to you a number of times why. And they're just like, oh yeah, you did, didn't you? But the trouble is they'll end up selling them to an 8-year-old kid with their dad going in, oh, can we have a spider? It's bad.
Well, yeah, this one's fantastic. Great beginner species.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just... It's not even a case of leaving spiders setting... like some place like Pets at Home, they've got them set up wrong because they want them out on display all the time. It's not even a case of that, because they're in Braplasts on a shelf in a Viv, like, out the way. So that's not even the reason. It's just ridiculous. It's just shit care.
Yeah, no, I remember being told a shop that was it's no longer around anyway, but was recommending for a child for their first ever tarantula a Lividus, and Lividus are the best ones for handling.
It'd be the first and last spider they have, probably.
So, and that the shop person, to demonstrate it, decided to get it out of the enclosure and start handling it. And at which point he then put it on his face to show, like, look, this how friendly I am, and it promptly bit him just under the eye.
Natural selection sometimes really needs to just take its course.
Yeah, that's not one for handling, and certainly not one that I would give to I think it was like for a 5-year-old as well. It was like it's the first pet. It's like, yeah, no.
It's such a shame though, because they have some amazing specimens in this place, but I cannot give them money for spiders because they're just going to replace it with another spider.
Yeah,
and it's not even them. It's because they're dictated to by the fact that they have a wholesale list, and it's what their head office just says, oh, that store can have these, and it's just they're bought for them. They don't even know what they've got arriving half the time. I remember that they ended up having a load of Pac-Man frogs turn up, and they were just told, oh yes, these are your Pac-Man frogs now, and they had like 20 or 30 Pac-Man frogs turn up.
Well, that's not a good way to run a shop.
No,
at all.
No.
Just yeah.
Similar sort of situation to the Americans that are all on the Facebook group saying they've rescued this spider from like Petco or something like that.
Everyone rescues some animal from a shop at some point in their life. They do.
No. You ain't rescued it, you bought it.
No, but a lot of people do have that in their mindset. Normally when they're new to animals, it's like, oh yeah, I've rescued this one. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, you bought it and they've gone and bought another one.
You bought that and they're going to replace that one to then be rescued again.
I mean, I will admit, like when we got our first spider, the second spider we got was from this place, and we went down there because they had it, and it's my Sabalosus, which is still doing quite well. But it was a case of, we went there, we got it because they had that one, and they had no other spiders, and so we took their only spider they had, and now they've got about 30 spiders. It's like, oh, great, yeah. But I'll tell you what, as a special treat, when you come down to Bug Hut next, I will take you round the corner to this place, and you can Just
We can all
look at me and
horror.
say, "Why did you bring me here?"
Or just judge them like.
Yeah,
Vodka is so much better.
they do have a nice cafe there, but that's all they've got going for them pretty much.
As
I was
nice as
thinking
the
cafe
one at
there.
the.
No, unfortunately, not as nice as the one there.
There we
so-
go. So we'll just stay at the Vodka. So much
We'll
better.
just stay there.
Yeah, but I feel you need to feel my pain.
Did they have a sweet shop as well?
Yeah, we got to balance the good and the bad, right? You know,
Yeah. I'll
enjoy
take
the
you there
day out and
first.
get
I tell you what,
frustrated
we'll go
elsewhere.
there first. We go there first, and then we say, "Now we go to the Bug Hut," and everyone can breathe a sigh of relief.
I think you take Steelman, and I'll take you to the one that's absolutely awful round here.
Oh, and then go to Ely.
And then we'll go off to Ely to see a good one.
Ely was great. I could have spent at the fish section for ages. I could have just stared at those dragon gobies the whole time. They were so cool.
Yeah.
Do you say with fish? I have rescued fish from pet shops. If I've been buying fish and there's one that's clearly like it's got a bent spine or something clearly wrong with it, I'll say if you want to throw that in for free, I'll take it home and see what happens with it. See,
that's different. I think that's different and justifiable. I know there's a couple of people in chat that I've spoken to before that have they've had spiders and they've convinced the shops to let them take them because they're this is dying and it needs proper attention, and shops have given these to them because they admit they don't really know what they're doing. And I know that a couple of people that are in chat, or I think they're still in chat, have taken spiders before doing that, or other animals, and that I think is slightly different. And it's the same if you've got people who are giving up animals, because they can't care for them. It's sort of that sort of scenario, I think, even with shops, because sometimes they do get themselves into situations that maybe they've had it dropped. Yeah, maybe they took it in and then they thought, actually, we don't really know what we're doing with this, and then they need to get rid of it somehow. But yeah, the wholesaler market's not great for a lot of stuff. I do you see some terrible stories. I think they had there was one wholesaler that used to sell. They delivered their mantis. They sent them in the polystyrene polystyrene cups that you can't see through with the lids. And when they turned up at this place, like that same shop, the box was pretty much crushed because it had no indication of live animals inside it, and all these mantis, like in these cups, were just all, what polystyrene's like. It's just horrible to that sort of stuff to happen, really, and it shouldn't. Like they should be held accountable, but there's no licenses for inverts, is there? That's the issue. Reptile shops are heavily scrutinised, and inverts aren't.
Because by and large, no one cares about inverts.
No.
They see all inverts as feeders, so they just all classify them together as feeders.
Yeah, needs to change. Something needs to change.
Well, I mean, you get away with selling most inverts on eBay by listing it as a feeder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prime example.
And that's why you're allowed to post them as well.
Yep, that's how they get away with it.
Until some numpties think DWAs are allowed to go through. We're not going to get into that now, but I find it so funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then again, there's people that still have heat packs as options, so each their own.
They're exactly that too. It's like, do you want your animals to arrive not as ice cubes? Here, buy a heat pack.
I mean, I get the idea that a lot of these animals can deal with cold for short periods of time. But why would you ever allow something you're sending out to have that risk, knowing that you are paying for the postage, and then if anything happens to it, you've got to then send it again to that person because you have a duty of goods of sales act, etc., that you've got to literally comply to. It makes no sense. Makes no sense as a seller. Makes no sense.
But they'll probably argue it or do something so that you stop trying to pursue it when it's like.
Yeah,
if it's cold, you put a heat back in.
It's a strange thing. I mean, for the fact, even if you have to increase your prices by £2 or £3 to allow for the heat pack, do that.
Yeah, that's just what you do. You just go right. You just have then two rates. You have winter shipping rate, and this is my winter shipping rate.
Any person who's ever sort of bought something and then been extremely upset because they've received these items passed away because they got delayed by a day in transit and there was no heat pack because they didn't realise it was an option, this, that, and the other, and and they've been distraught about it because they feel that they've bought this spider, and if they hadn't bought it, or whatever animal it was, it wouldn't have died because they wouldn't have bought it, so it wouldn't have happened. It's like it plays on a lot of people's minds, and
absolutely.
There's a lot of very sensitive people who order spiders and stuff like that because it's one of those hobbies that you're at home with those animals. They take a lot of care. They're what you want to do, and they're important to you. So having that thrust on you when you open up your box, trying to be all excited and stuff, and then you see this ice cube inside a tub, it's like, yeah, cheers. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't be allowed. Especially when those heat packs can last for a week. I know that Portsmouth tarantulas used to ship to Europe quite a lot, and they use the same heat pack now.
Ones, yeah.
And Danielle was saying, like, they used to ship out all the time, and their rate of DOAs was extremely low when they were shipping to Europe all the time using the same heat packs they use now. So, yeah, don't panic too much if it gets delayed from Portsmouth by a day, that's for sure. Also, it was good to see, who was it who was saying they're not sending out? Was it Bugroom? Yeah, saying we're not sending out because of the weather and all this and the other. It's like, there you go. That doesn't do any favours for your bottom line on profits and stuff, but it's far more responsible to do that. And I think a lot of poor people who are serious in the hobby would rather have things turn up alive a month late.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I've got the prize for Tarantula Rambling for my mystery box from Mitch, which he won halfway through December, and I still not sent it out yet, and I've explained why. It's too cold. I do not want my animals that I bred and raised to freeze in this weather. I could put a heat pack in, but they'll fail in this kind of weather, So it's like,
that's the trouble. And also, if for some reason you think you've activated a heat pack and it doesn't activate, it happens. Like, full well that.
That happened recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's happened a few times. But like, you get the heat pack and you click it, and it's like, oh look, it's now working. So it's been put in, and they haven't done it 100%. Because they take a little while to warm up, don't they? So sometimes they're just
you got to change them out and stuff, and you got to make sure they're warm, and then make sure they're not too hot.
Yep. So it's difficult.
That's why you tend to wrap it up in in something like in some newspaper or something.
I mean, I've got a Davos that's Stee one from Mark's Live, and that thing's, I'll keep feeding it, I'll keep watering it, it'll be safe here. I'd rather that happen and you get it sort of in the warmer weather than get it now, that's for sure.
But
yeah, exactly, Bastian.
Space as well, and so, but yeah, we've seen it. Yeah, well, this month and stuff where there's been some companies whereas most have been like, it's too cold, and some are still going, oh, we're sending out.
Yeah.
And
it's
and then people are getting their stuff lucky enough still alive, but like with stone cold heat packs.
Yep.
If you truly care about the animal, you wouldn't want them posted out in this kind of weather.
I don't normally go much on
That's when
Facebook.
people like profit over the animal.
But I have found that I've been on Facebook a fair bit last couple of days, just because I've been seeing posts in various tarantula groups. Like, there's been one about the legs, like someone talking about their Chalcodes was stuck in a molt and he wanted to remove a couple of legs, didn't know whether or not he should or not, or what was the best course of action. So I explained about the Polkapies and sent the photos of before and after, and people are just like, I went and watched your video on that because I saw about it and all this and that. It's amazing and all that. And people are like, oh, actually, you've given us the confidence to do it and all this and the other. And like, it's all good stuff, that. But while I was on there doing that, I noticed that there was quite a few people saying, oh, I had this delivery, it's turned up, it's a Juvie Samani, and I've got some slings. They're nothing. Please tell me like that some are going to survive. And it's like, to be honest, the Samani will probably be fine. But it may take like a bit of work to get it moving again. If it's this cold, you just don't know, do you? Depends if the heat pack's okay. Heat pack's okay, they'd probably be all right from Spider Shop. This was the one where they had the I think you replied on it, Jeremy, saying that the Spider Shop packaging is really good, or someone did. And it's like,
they all, when in this weather, they double box and they heat pack.
The peanuts are good. The peanuts are good.
It's a good quality packing peanut.
It's you need the air between the packaging to be the piece that stays warm. It's not about just packing it solid with insulation.
Right next to the pot as well, because you're going to cook the animal.
Yep.
or steam it. You know.
Yeah. And that's the problem with people making, like Dave has said in the past, making the tissue too wet. They only need a little bit. They don't need it soaking wet.
Sometimes when I'm packing sling pots, I'll just have the bottom damp, leave the top bit dry, and let the water
Just
from
let it wick up.
the bottom absorb into the top. Yeah.
Well, because in the hot weather, you're going to steam them, and in the cold weather, it's going to turn to ice potentially overnight anyway in the post. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's not sensible.
No.
Yeah,
Packing
that
is
sounds
a
cold.
ridiculous thing.
But no, dude, I'll keep that spider. We'll once the weather breaks and we start getting sunshine and everyone starts wearing the shorts again or whatever, we'll sort out getting that Davos Pentaloris to you, mate. And I've got I do have another couple that I'm going to add to that. So you're gonna have 3 little ones, I think. But I'm not going to tell you what they're going to be.
Anyway, on that note, I will be ending the stream because it's coming up to 20 past 11 now.
I've got to feed yet.
And I've got work tomorrow, so
Yeah. So right. What time you got to be up?
I'll probably be up about 6ish.
Yeah, me as well. It's like I've got to be at work for
get ready
10 past 7, I think.
6:30 here.
Sort of thing.
Well,
I'm off tomorrow. Sorry, people.
Mute him.
Rub it in, why don't you?
So I'll just do that.
Oh. Yeah, Jay.
I did work Saturday and Sunday. I'm allowed.
Hey, I work Saturday and Sunday. I've still had to work today and tomorrow.
Oh, it sucks to be you.
It does suck to be me sometimes, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But,
You don't make me
cheers
laugh.
for hopping on, guys.
Yeah, cheers for having us on, Phil,
No
mate.
problemo.
Thanks
Anytime.
to Tron for coming on as well. What was he
Sleepy
saying?
Trond.
Thanks for everyone in chat for watching and stuff. And
Yeah.
my next video is out on Wednesday.
So's mine.
As is Matt's, unless you're a member. Mine's middle tier membership. Sort of thing.
That's just cruel.
So,
And I'm live Wednesday night as well.
oh, there we go. Matt's live Wednesday night as well, so do try and catch up if you can, guys. So until then, we'll see you all again soon. Hey, guys.
See you later, guys. See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.